everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Starmetal Gaming in our campaign, Cauldron of Bones. We'll be missing a player tonight due to scheduling conflict, but he should be back with us within a month or so. How is everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
Doing great.
Awesome. Well, last we left off, everyone was asleep in the Dwarven Temple. Can I go ahead and get a D6 from everybody?
3.
5.
5.
I got a 5 as well.
All right.
Don't be the odd one out.
Russell's character, he actually had a lot of trouble resting that night, as much as a skeleton would. He was in his room and he finally nodded away, fell asleep, and during his dreams, he had this horrible nightmare where he was surrounded in darkness and he kept trying to make his way through. But every time he would find one of y'all in the darkness, he would helplessly attack you and rip your flesh off. And it was very gruesome. And he felt like he had no control over himself. And slowly in his dream, he was this ravenous skeleton killing all y'all. He wakes feeling shaken by it. He goes into the main temple and he starts praying in front of the main statue. Stays that way until finally the bishop awakes and comes in there with a few other priests and catches him in there. He walks up to the priest and he starts discussing everything that he went through and said that he's not comfortable actually traveling with y'all if just removing the amulet can cause him to turn into a bloodthirsty monster, and that he would prefer if they could find some sort of way for the amulet not to leave his person before he traveled with you. And the bishop was reluctant at first, but then he agreed after he saw how traumatized Russell was. And he decided that they're going to go ahead and have Russell stay there until they can find a way to fasten the amulet to him to where it can't go off of his person. I'm going to go ahead and say, Pixor, you awaken in your room that you were staying in. You didn't have any adverse dreams or anything. You slept very well and comfy for a dwarven bed, at least. I'd say that it's obviously not as long as you were, so you had to scoot your legs up. But you go ahead and awaken. What do you do?
Well, I guess I'll go down to where everybody was eating yesterday and see if there's anything else to eat for breakfast.
Okay, sure enough, you go into the main hall and you see that they're already preparing foods and stuff, mostly hams and eggs, or salted hams and eggs. They also all drink ale for breakfast. I don't know if you'd be interested in such a thing. But when you walk into the main hall, you also see Russell talking with the bishop, but they're just finishing up.
Okay. I will I will actually go and see if there's a like a craft workshop or something like that, like a smithy maybe.
Okay. Do you want to walk by the table and grab you anything to eat on the way out, like rolls or anything?
Yeah, I'll grab some rolls and maybe, I don't know, maybe if there's just water, not old hoppy water, then
No, they have pictures of water there.
okay.
When you go over to the table, you actually see with the rolls and the ham and stuff, you have everything there to make yourself a nice breakfast sandwich if you like.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sure. I'll do that. I'll make a little breakfast sandwich and keep gallivanting around.
Okay. You start listening around for the sounds of hammer noises, and sure enough, outside the back door to the left of the chapel, You follow your ears back there, and you find a little smith workshop.
Okay. I'll knock and see. Or if there's a door, I'll knock, and if it's kind of a wide open thing, then I'll just try to introduce myself to whoever's in there.
Okay, sure
Wait
enough,
a
there's a
minute.
door, but it's slightly cracked, you know.
Mhm.
And you look in, and you see the dwarves working in the shop and everything. Uh, you go ahead and you slightly open the door as you're knocking, you know. One of the dwarves turn around, he looks at you. You can tell he's been raked across the face by something, and he's like, "Oi, no elves in the shop."
I like how old dwarves are Irish.
I wish I had a
Uh,
better Irish accent for y'all, but that's all I got.
I
Welcome to my
uh,
game where I have crappy accents, but I'm here for
every,
your happiness.
everybody, for some reason, sounds the same,
Why?
but different.
Oi, no
Okay,
elves in
then
here.
I'll, uh, I'll, I'll pull the arm out of my pouch and go. But I have something that might interest you.
All right. Roll the charisma for me.
Okay. 19.
Awesome. He actually rolled a natural 1. The second the second you pull the arm out of your bag, it's almost like a glare goes over his eyes, and he comes over and he looks at it. He's like, "Oh, what kind of metal is this?" And he goes to snatch it from you instantly.
I kind of hold it back. And go, I give you something. You give me something.
That looks valuable. What kind of mechanical arm? Wow. Can I at least look at it? Let me hold it.
Well, before I
The
do that,
worst thing you want to do for a dwarf. Let them
I
look
would
at
want
it. That's all they need.
I want to I guess in a sense commandeer you. Request for you to make something with this metal, a weapon for me. I will pay you. I'm not assuming a charity or a handout, but I would like you to try your best to work with this metal and make a weapon for me.
You see him look over at the other dwarf that's hammering in the shop, and he's like, "Shut up!" And he looks back at you and he scrubs his beard a few times. He goes, So what would I get out of this?
Uh, I will give you a portion of this arm to utilize for whatever your purposes may be.
All right. What are we talking about? A third?
A hand.
A hand? I could barely make a necklace out of that.
I mean, you already said it's a valuable metal, so if you decide to make something with it, then it'll probably increase in value, or you can sell it for your own volition. Either way, you're getting
Hmm.
paid by me, you get to work with this metal, and if something happens and you screw up my weapon, then now you already have some experience and some understanding in regards to anything that you would want to make out of your portion.
Let me look at it and I'll think it over.
Then I'll
His
hand it
hands
to
out.
him.
All right. You went off on a 3. I didn't. Did I have any 4s? Anybody roll a 4 in the beginning? 5s?
That was a 5.
That's all of us.
Okay. All of y'all re-roll one more time. Just see who I have to deal with first.
I got a 4.
You
Low's
can't
better.
have the same number I can.
Okay.
That's cheating.
Jared, what'd you roll?
Here, I-
4.
I'm rolling a different dice this time.
All right. You all wake
Damn
up in the same bed. No, no, I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and deal with Frank first, since this is funny. Frank, you awaken covered in very voluptuous dwarven women, but to the sound of a hard banging on the door.
What?
You
Mom?
hear some dwarven male screaming a female dwarven name.
Do I recognize the name?
Not right off the bat. It's kind of long and difficult to say. You know, uh, I'll say her name is Steel Troth. And he's like,
She
Steel
has it.
Troth! And he's banging on the door, and you can barely hear what he's saying, but you can tell that there's a mad uh, dwarf male outside the door.
All right. Is any out of all the women, is there one that like perks up to the sound of that name? Because I don't know any of them.
Sure enough, she wakes up. She gasps, and she's like, oh my gosh, I was so drunk. That was my brother. And she covers herself, and she's like, I don't think
Oh,
you
thank
in
God.
here.
I can deal with a brother. A husband. Different matter. All right. So I try to extricate myself as delicately as I can from the
pile.
the pile. And
Okay.
get ready to leave.
Go ahead and roll dex check. You're trying not to wake the other
No.
dwarven women.
Hi-yah! Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, that'd be a 14.
All right. You managed to get out of there without waking the other women, but the one gets up and she starts putting her clothes on, and she's like, oh, he's going to be so angry. He's going to be so angry. He didn't even like the way you looked last night. He was talking so much crap. I'm sorry.
The fuck he was? Hold up. Now I know people talking shit. I got a bracelet. All right. I'll suit up and I'll answer the the morning gown, otherwise known as the tent outside that they reshaped for me.
Okay.
And I'll answer the door and look down empirically at this man.
Okay. You answer the door, you unlock it, you open it, and he's standing there with his arms crossed and got this really mad look on his face. And he's like, my sister better not be in there.
Which one's your sister? You want to take a look?
Well, she walks up behind you and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, brother. And he's like, I knew it. I knew you were eyeballing him all night. I could see it through my glass. Oh, this is so gross. You're going to have a nasty giant baby. It's going to be a forsaken to our kind. I know it. And
It's gonna be a human.
you, sir, you're going to take care of it. If she's pregnant, I will make sure that you will take care of this baby.
All right. So I pick him up with one hand, so that way he's eye level with me.
Yes. Okay,
And
roll a hit for me.
18. Is this considered a grapple? Or,
Yes, I'll do that. But it'd be
cool, my
flat-footed
grappling's
A. I
even
think it's
better.
flat-footed AC for him because he's surprised.
Right. So I hit technically AC 25.
Mm-hmm. So you
So
grab him by his
pick him
arms and
up.
lift him up. Okay.
No, I'll pick him up by his shirt.
Well, he's wearing armor and stuff.
Oh, cool. Then I'll use that. All right, little man. Listen here. Your sister is old enough to make her own choices. And, well, I mean, if you got something to say, we can
We'll go ahead
fight
and
about it. Is that not your people's way? Or at least the real ones of you?
you pick him up and I roll morale on him. He rolled really low. You pick him up and it kind of spooks. You pick him up so fast. And he's like, oh, I'm not here for any trouble. He's like, I'm just saying, you better take care of my sister if you get her pregnant. Like, put me down, you big oaf.
Oh, don't worry. I have no intentions of bringing any harm or anything like that to your sister. And if she is blessed with a child of my lineage, then I will do all I can to nurture that strong bloodline. But in this case, it's not really me who you've wronged, and I'll turn him to so I have him point at his sister. It's your sister, who I do think you owe an apology, because obviously she knows a strong man when she sees one.
Bro,
Do you want me to roll an intimidate?
this is how the
Yeah,
villain starts.
you can
to
go
come
ahead and
out.
roll intimidation with him.
I think we just made the big bad villain at the end.
So that's a nat 19.
Oh wow.
Plus 3, so 22. It's the
Okay.
only
Um,
talking skill I put points in.
He starts soiling his armor, and he looks at his sister, and he's like, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." And he's a fine gentleman, even though he probably got 10 dwarves pregnant in there. He's a fine gentleman. Can I go, please?
I'll put him now. Now scurry off and go stand outside.
He runs off, sure enough, and you see little puddles forming from his feet when he runs.
None of that got on me, did it? I'll
A little
just
bit.
wipe myself. Little bit.
It's just the robes, though.
Oh, dang. I'll rip it off and go put on my other clothes. And you have a wonderful day, Steel Trough. I tell the gal.
You'd think I could have came up with a better dwarven female name right off the bat, but Steeltroth was the first one that came in there.
First off, they're dwarves, so it's hard to come up with anything alluring. You know?
Or like
That's
girl
probably a
instead of
that's probably a
Well, yeah,
that's probably a
girly.
hot dwarven name, Steeltroth.
I mean, it's probably a family name, you know?
That was her great grandmother's name. It's like naming a girl to date Gertrude or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
As you're getting ready, Josh, you awaken in your room. Was Nameless with you as well?
Yeah, he was on the nightstand or whatever was nearby.
Okay. He actually doesn't have to sleep, right? So he would just be sitting there waiting for you. But you
Use your
awaken.
alarm clock.
it's so dark in here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, first thing I want to do is probably I'm gonna wake up and probably immediately go to my bag and just check to see if the gem is still there. Just because it's the first thing I'm thinking of.
Jim's there.
Okay. Yeah, seeing that, I just kind of like, let out a sigh of relief, and I'll kind of tuck it back at the bottom of the bag, and I'll kind of just get stuff ready, and then I guess I'll go over to the ring for Nameless, and I'll just be like, Nameless, are you there?
You're my microphone. Stop turning your
Sorry.
stuff on mute. What can I do for you, Othello?
I think it's morning. I just wanted to know if you're ready to go, or do you want to hop out of ring form, or
Yes, set me on the ground.
I'll pick it up and just gently set it on the ground in the middle of the room.
And once he steps back, I'll turn into my humanoid form.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll start getting my stuff ready, and I'll look up at Nameless and be like, yeah, I guess we can head down and see what everybody else is doing. And yeah, and I'll just start getting my stuff together and checking, making sure everything's there, and getting loaded up.
All
I'll
right.
just wait for him to get ready.
All right. You go ahead and you finish getting ready. I will say that when you go to leave your room, it's about the same time as Frank is officially leaving his room as well.
Ooh, donuts. You want? I'll grab it. You're coming out the door at the same time.
All right. Hey, watch out for that puddle. And that puddle. And that puddle.
Yeah, I'll just look over and be like, is that what I think it is, or
It smells
just
very
kinda-
musty.
Yeah.
like,
It's-
like I don't need to know what happened with that, and I'll just kind of start walking past it, like tiptoeing around it.
But who knew dwarves knew how to make donuts? Real good.
Gosh, buddy.
Here, try one, nameless.
The robot that doesn't eat.
Well, have you tried to eat though? Do you know what would happen if you
Use
tried to
them.
eat?
I think now.
As y'all come walking into the main hall, Russell's character walks over towards y'all. Uh, he approaches you and he tells you of the dream he had the night before. He speaks about him talking to the bishop and saying that they're going to find some way to make it to where the necklace can't be separated from him, and then he'll plan to rejoin y'all at a later date, but that this is going to take some time. But he said he'll be here and he'll gladly look over your parents, Othello, and make sure everything's going to be fine. Raka's with him there as well, and she's really happy that he's going to actually stay there with him for a while, and everything seems fine. But y'all don't see Pexor anywhere at that time.
So, my friend, if you're going to stay here, what is going to happen to me? Since I came back to protect you and help you find your real body, if you were staying here,
Well, I would prefer you go with them and help protect them so we can find a way to stop her. Obviously, we can't confront her yet. We're going to have to discover what her powers are really about and where she gets them from, and maybe we can figure out a way to stop her. But until then, I would be of little use to you, being that I could be so easily turned over an accident, or if something happened to this amulet, y'all would have to put me down like a dog. And I would rather rejoin y'all when I knew it would be safe and I could be of more assistance. But in his dwarven voice.
oi!
Oi, you know. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'll turn to him and just say, thank you so much for helping my parents. I don't know if they'd still be alive if it wasn't for you. Um, Hopefully you can figure out what's going on with all of this, and maybe together we can defeat this evil, whatever it is. And I'll just kind of put out my hand for a handshake.
Is, well, with your mom here, we're going to go ahead and go over all the things she knows and see if we can find out anything else from her too about your sister. And I'll be going through that with her along with getting fixed. So, y'all, I would just say, go find out what you can, and then we'll join back together and bring all our information and see what we can do.
Sounds good to me.
He goes ahead and Raka grabs him and she's like, I'm hungry, come and eat with me. And she drags him off as she goes and she starts stuffing a plate. And, he gets this sad look on his face because he can't eat anything.
What are you talking about? He's always smiling.
As she's running off, though, she yells at y'all and she said Pexor went back to the blacksmith shop.
Yeah, on the way over there, I'll grab something quick, some bread or something kind of light, definitely water, and then I'll head to the direction where she was pointing.
I'll grab another dwarven donut, head that way.
Yes. I would imagine like a dwarven donut would be the best donut ever.
Oh yeah.
How would it not
It's
have like bacon on it?
it's like beer battered.
Beer battered bacon donut. Yeah, you got I got a little goblin finger sticking out. No, that's gross. Okay. Anybody else following Josh, or are y'all just concentrating on eating?
I'm probably always following him around.
Yeah, I'm going with him.
So Frank's just
But
scoot his food. All
yeah,
right.
I just have a plate with me.
Pexor, he goes ahead and he looks it over. Roll your charisma with me one more time against him.
Again. All right.
I wonder how tall these dwarven doors are.
Oh shoot.
Well, the
15
first
foot
roll
tall.
was to let you stay in the shop, even though you're an elf. And this one's
s-
just for the deal.
Even through all the
17.
all the doors,
17?
it's back.
He rolled a 16. You got one over him. He looks it over several times and he keeps on trying to take just a little bit of the metal, like past the hand. You know, he keeps on saying right here, and you keep pushing his hand back over to the wrist area, you know, and he's like, he scoots it back over, and he's like, look, elf. He's like, if I'm going to do this for you, I'm going to need to get paid properly. And y'all hear that as you're coming up into the shop, and you see him basically arguing, holding up Secret's arm, and he's yelling at this dwarf back and forth.
Oh, you took a piece of the creature?
I found it. It's mine.
He's tickling my sister's arm.
This was sister's arm.
She attacked him.
Yes. Whoa,
I'm
now.
I'm a necromancer.
Jared's
Look,
like,
I
Jared's
pick up
like,
spare parts, okay.
Jared's like, those are up. I could
thought
use
Jared
that later
took
as a
the creature.
replacement. Nah, but
Wait, that was truly your sister? I can see the family resemblance.
Well, not anymore.
Nice.
I just don't want to meet my brother.
Robot
Oh, bro.
babies, where all your dreams come true. Oh, robot sister.
All right, dwarf. How much?
What? So, what would you wanting to do with the rest of your arm?
I'd have you. Well, actually, what does he mean by the rest of the arm? Like the gears and stuff inside the metal arm, or just like the arm itself, like the part that I would.
He's
that
like,
I would
I'm
have.
going to melt the full arm down
Oh,
and use
okay.
it.
Well, a scythe blade, and if there's a wood carver around here or something, a nice staff that the scythe blade can be attached to.
A scythe? What
Aren't
do you
the
got to
farmers
cut some?
outside using scythe?
I want something
Can't you
much
just have
nicer.
one of theirs? You know,
I want
Yeah,
something.
sharpen it?
I could make a simple scythe to cut some wheat. You're not going to need something like this to cut any wheat.
I want a scythe to thresh the souls of my victims. Can you work around that?
What kind of
He
elf
wants
are
a
you?
warm.
I'm a necromancer.
You're a what?
A necromancer.
A magic user specializes in undead spookily doos.
You're one of those
We killed those
guys.
back home.
Oh, he goes, well, definitely if you're an elf and you're an evil necromancer, I'm gonna have to ask for more of this arm then. I mean,
Evil.
God.
Okay, if we're going to
not
start
gonna-
casting dispersions about each other, then I feel like I've been wronged in
You
some
have
way.
a skull on
Well,
your robe.
don't you play with dead things? Isn't that evil?
Play? My God. Does a geneticist play with pea plants? No, he does experiments with them.
So you want me to make your own Death Reaver scythe for your necromancy?
Kind of, yes. That sounds close, but
1,000
just-
gold pieces in this hand.
You see Othello just looking back, forth, just wondering what's going on. It's like,
And I'll forget that you're an elven death whatever.
forget that I'm an elf. My God. My God, I bring one of your friends back from wherever I found him, and I helped him, and suddenly, oh no, it's still the bad guy.
I know, he's a skeleton. What did you do to him?
Okay.
I
If we're
gave him confidence. I gave him immortality.
Yes, it's like, well, it must not have been bad if he's still walking around.
Dead?
Until he takes off that necklace.
Yeah, well, that wasn't me. So,
I don't
750.
know.
750, and you remember that I'm an elf.
Hmm.
What, he's gonna make it dainty? I put a leaf design on the blade just because you're an elf.
Hey, you know, if it works.
He's like, agreed.
Yes. I mean, good. Yeah.
Hey, Lance, do
He's
I
like, I've
see
never
any,
worked
like,
any metal like this
weakness?
before. I don't even know how to work it, so it could take me a few days.
Okay. Well, then, no, never mind. Okay. I'll wait a couple
You
days.
deliver.
Yeah. Can you send it via drone to my location?
Can make a pigeon.
That's gonna be above pigeon.
Yeah,
Deliver
can I get
sign.
a swallow to
A
what is it?
swallow's even
Yeah.
worse than a bitch.
Yeah, how many
3
swallows?
swallows.
Yeah, how
With
many
a
swallows can
string
carry a
between
five
Is that
pound
African or
coconut?
European swallow? I I don't know if a swallow can carry a 10-pound size or whatever it's going to
Look,
be.
these are dwarven birds. They're hardy birds, you know. It's a swallow with a
So
capital
they're
S.
what, made of
It's
rock?
it's a dwarven swallow.
Yeah.
Let's get it straight.
So it's got arms instead of wings, and it flies by flexing.
Yeah, it just flies like this.
He tells me, he's like, if you can send me a letter, I will make sure that the product gets to wherever you are.
Okay.
How many
All right.
days would we wait here? Wouldn't it be more fruitful just to wait a couple days?
Yeah, because then change of address and it'd be a whole hassle if we ever leave another village.
Well, Nameless here was telling me earlier that my armor's still, back there, and
We can go recover that and then try and repair it and everything before we take off.
please. That's
Like,
nice armor.
being honest, him throwing it in the fire, is probably literally got so damaged.
I'm
You'd
assuming.
have to,
I'm assuming all
but
the
you'd have to take
scraps,
it to a
like,
smith forge and reforge it. Actually, like I don't think you could even to strap it. It'd be so warped and so bad after being in the fire all that time, burning, and the damage that was done to it anyway, that you would have to definitely fully reforge it.
it's a good thing we got a forge here.
It wasn't anything magical or anything, was it?
No, it was a
It
masterwork.
was masterwork.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore.
Right. Well, I feel like if we could recover it, we might be able to see the full extent of the damage. And if there are some parts that I could salvage and just make, like a mishmash of maybe leathers with the plate strapped on or anything. Because I asked the dwarven smith, sir, have you seen in your many years of life anyone of my stature?
Yes, I have.
Oh, so half giants do exist here. That's good to know.
Excellent.
Well, they're just very rare, but yes,
Do you have
they do
access to the
exist.
mending spell?
What?
Do you have access to the mending spell?
Yes.
As he opens up his tome.
Yeah. Let me check the table of contents, not the index. Okay.
Table
Yeah,
of
I do.
contents, spells and
his
consequences of
Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Lance, does the bracelet given to me, does it allow me to read languages or just speak and understand?
Yeah, we're just gonna go with speak and understand.
Ooh.
Cool.
So yeah, I have access to the mending spell.
I think between metalworking skills and magical mending, we might be able to repair said armor after the dwarf carelessly threw it into a fire.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
I can't blame him for that because he brought me back. So
I can. I don't want him doing that to me.
Trust me. Trust me. If anything happens to you, I will find better things to use you for.
Yay.
Nice.
I don't know. I
We'll
could
put a
always use a back
skeleton
half of a
inside.
scythe.
Be like, look, a skeleton in full plate.
Before it's over, everybody's just skeletons, and then there's Pexor.
Like, oh, nothing better.
This is my plan the whole time, a cauldron of bones.
So, Master Smith, if I were to recover my old armor and bring it back here, is there a way that I could use part of your forge to help fix my armaments?
Just as long as the elf doesn't touch anything.
Okay. My God. Such a small
You got
amount.
a deal, sir.
You do know they're bad luck in a forge, don't you? I'm going to have to probably remake everything in this room.
My God.
You even hear how he talks?
My
Makes
Baphomet,
my
whatever.
ears bleed.
Oh, racism.
Now you're understanding that concept.
Not all dwarves are racist, but I don't think I'm playing a good story if not the occasional one is.
Yeah, it's
We
just
got
a
to keep it.
sprinkle.
We got to keep it on the realistic level,
Looking at Pexor, does he even look like he has the strength to effectively swing a death scythe? Or is he Captain Twig?
Okay, my God.
Well, it depends on how nice and dainty that
What the
site's
hell is
made.
going
I
on here?
mean, it is going to be made out of a
Well,
awesome metallic alloy. It could be light and perfect. Who
right, the
knows?
wood's
Yeah,
gonna be
so
like
shut up.
hickory, right? I'll whisper to the dwarf, pick a heavy wood for him.
What?
And
Okay.
put some dwarven ruins all over it.
Okay. Look, I feel very attacked right now for no reason. I've paid you.
No.
I'm helping you.
Don't worry, Pexor. I believe in you.
Thank you. My God. Even my mother wouldn't say that to me.
Do you need help swinging your scythe? So someone to teach you the motions.
Look,
It's
I have a
back and
general.
forth.
Yes, I have a general gist of it. Okay, look. What do you think? I spent 200 years in a tower where I had to farm mushrooms to assist in the daily chores. I know how a scythe works.
You spent 200 years farming mushrooms?
My God, that's not the point of. Okay.
You must be very expert at growing
Okay.
mushrooms.
Look. This mending may not happen now.
So if Pexor starts acting weird, we know what's happened.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Pexor's on the
Right?
mushrooms
Instead of a
again.
necromancer, it could have been a juror. Gone into
What's-
psychedelics.
Yeah. Suddenly, I turn around and I got these purple round sunglasses. Hey, man.
Yeah.
How much for the scythe, man?
Dude, you gotta try this, man. Let's call it Carl Sagan. It'll take you away.
All right. So
All right,
how
so
was
let's-
it for my armor? Like a day?
I don't even think we're a day away.
Was it half a day? Lance, do you remember?
It takes
How
the
long
bit.
away
It takes a bit to pick up all the pieces.
Y'all,
Yeah,
you were a
that's
full
the
day.
problem.
Well, I'd say you spent a little bit of time fighting secret, but I think I gave y'all like a full day to travel where secret happened. Well, no, y'all traveled for about an hour or two, didn't you? So let's say it's
I don't
about
remember.
6 hours away and 6 hours back. So yeah, by the time you got back, it would be evening time.
And how many days do you say it would take to complete his scythe Master Smith?
I don't even know. I assume 2. I just got to see if I can work this metal. Never seen this alloy before. I don't even know what the melting point is.
Has he gotten any further since we spent like essentially
He's
6,
just
12 hours?
sitting here talking to you. What do you think? He's just.
All right, so
He's still waiting to see if you're like okay with him chopping the hand off.
Oh, I mean, it's his. I'm fine with that.
Well, he goes ahead and he goes over to his worker and he starts saying, he's like, "This much is ours, right here," and he
And I look
draws a
over his
line.
shoulder and I slide his hand back.
That's what I said. He goes ahead, you slide his hand back and he makes the chalk mark. He's like, "Hey," and he goes in and he hands it to his worker and he's like, "Find out what we need to cut that part off and then melt it down."
Well, I mean, if he's melting it down.
well, true. Like we might be able to recover other parts and everything that might be spread in the area too.
All right. Joshua, what's your dude's name?
Othello.
Othello. There we go. I remember. See, when I died, I kind of forgot a lot. I'm assuming you're coming with Nameless and I to retrieve my remnants.
Yeah, I'll come along.
Do you want to walk with us, Pexor? Or
I don't know. Am I
I
gonna
mean,
be?
the sun's out, so I don't want
Am I
you to
gonna be?
burn.
Am I gonna be fucking bullied on the way there and back? Sure. I'll join you.
I'm sure. Listen, there's plenty of things to joke about with me or at me. I mean, without this, I
See,
can't even speak your language.
but now it's weird because it's like, am I speaking ill of the dead? I mean, you died, so like, what is this?
I don't know.
I mean, I've always spoken ill of the dead, but they've never been around to hear it. It's weird.
Right? Well, consider this round 2.
You bring him back to
So
bring him back
we'll leave.
alive.
Right? They're not themselves. No one ever really is after death. They've seen a lot.
All right. So we'll hitchhike as fast as the one in the dress can go.
Okay.
Okay. When you go back out to the main
Am
hall,
I wrong?
It's a fashionable cloak.
as y'all travel out to the main hall, the bishop goes ahead and he approaches y'all and he goes, "I hear that you might be leaving shortly. We have procured you a wagon and a horse for you to travel. It's very sturdy and it should be good for you, especially for this giant."
Something I can ride in, because apparently people are belittling my ability to walk. I'll just latch myself underneath it.
We're about to be Little House on the Prairie. Thank you, Bishop. We will put this to good use. Though we will be back this evening. We are just recovering parts lost and hopefully seeing what else we can find about our enemy.
Discover what you can. We'll be waiting for you.
Right. So I guess I'll drive the wagon, since do any of you guys know how to drive a wagon?
I mean, I thought you'd be in front of the wagon and we just say mush.
Haha. I mean, it'd work.
I'll walk over to the horse and I'll just kind of start petting it and kind of just get its temperament and just kind of just talk to it, get it used to us a little bit.
Well,
Go ahead and roll your animal handle for me.
technically, it's a dwarven horse, so we call those ponies.
That'd be
But they're
total
real
of 16.
stocky.
16.
Yeah, 16.
Okay. it's actually a domesticated horse. When you first approach it, it was a little bit, kind of startled by you, just because of your size. But yeah, sure enough, it's a stubby like dwarven horse. But it takes to you really simply, and
It's a
it doesn't
Clydesdale.
feel
It's
doesn't
just a
feel aggressive.
baby Clydesdale.
Yeah, I'll just kind of stay by its side and keep petting it, and uh, I'll
Wait a
start
minute.
looking at
This
the.
could be my war horse, like the boss from Elden Ring.
So this horse is a smaller one. It's like dwarf size.
Yeah, he's just a little bit smaller than a normal horse. Something that a dwarf could ride if it wanted.
Yeah, I'll
But
just
I
I'll.
couldn't.
I mean, I imagine dwarf horse is probably pretty tough, but
Yeah.
I'll start looking at the wagon and just kind of seeing if there's anything in it or like kind of what shape it's in. Like, is it pretty shoddy? Is it well
It's
made
me.
or?
The wagon it's a dwarven wagon, and you can tell it's a
Like
traveling wagon for
Lockdown.
dwarves. And since they're so heavy and they
Well,
actually carry so much beer on them, that it's built very sturdy. It has
heck yeah.
extremely
Is
thick
there any beer
supports
remaining?
in areas of sensitivity. The wheels are thicker than a normal wagon. It looks extra sturdy. Looks like something they would carry a lot of ale in.
So the important question is there any ale on the wagon?
It's a good question.
Did they finish unloading it?
There is 3 barrels of ale on the wagon still.
Alright, you have my blessing, Bishop. Oh wait, you just blessed me. Thank you.
As y'all's leaving and everything, all the dwarves are gathered around the outside. Russell's at the front door as well, waving and stuff. And he's like, "Good luck. We'll see you back shortly. Please be careful." That's what the bishop says, anyway.
I will, little man. You be careful. Don't
So
let
the
your
bishop's
nightmares rattle you too much.
Russell's shaking his head at you.
It's not all spooky and scary, skeleton.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'll hop in the back of the wagon then, and I'll just kind of start, getting a feel for it and finding a comfortable spot.
Who's driving?
Me. Because I actually can. I
Yeah,
have points in writing and everything like that.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your roll to get her started. Oh,
yeah,
what was you saying, Pixel?
I'll just kind of flop in the back.
Is that 18? So 20.
Nice. Okay. He goes ahead and he gets the wagon going. Was you in there, Nameless?
It depends on how fast the thing's going to travel. If it's going to be traveling at walking speed, I'm just going to walk.
It depends on how fast Frank wants to drive it.
I'll test, every now and then just to see this horse's like limits and everything. Like, what's a fast, comfortable pace for it and everything? Because I don't know much about, dwarven horses.
It's used to carrying so much
Yeah,
ale. It actually it feels like a normal wagon from your homeland. I mean, he feels like he's not having any trouble carrying y'all.
Cool. So we'll be going I guess at a jogging pace for a man.
Okay.
Everything. Just for Othello, do you have a cup?
A cup?
Yes, sir.
Not on me, no. I have a water skin.
Full?
Yeah.
Okay, well, would you mind testing a theory for me?
Maybe.
I don't know how strong your
What's the
Could you
theory?
drink that ale and see if it's that special ale?
Yeah,
That-
Yeah, I'll take
That
it.
heals
I'll
you.
open up one of the barrels or whatever I can do to get in it. I'll just take a sip and see if it's the same taste that I remember from last night.
If it's that special ale, we're set.
Is the ale the
Let me check.
healing ale from?
Even if it is, like, you have to drink like a full
Like a whole.
glass of it to get one
But the
healing
word
point back.
flag.
So 6 glasses of it, you're gonna be toasted. So yeah, you can get 6 hit points back, but you're.
Well, can I tell
That's
just by the
worth it.
taste, or like does it have
Uh,
a similar taste just
two of
from
the
like a small
barrels,
swig?
2 of the barrels are the healing ale, and one of them is just a normal one. Or actually,
Jackpot!
I'll say one of them's a really nice wine.
Thank you.
Even better.
Now the half giant can drink away his woes and pain.
Drinking and driving.
Hey, it's not illegal at this age.
Hey, at least it's only 1 horsepower, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Don't worry. That's why I wanted that extra harness, That way I can hook myself up. We can double our potency. Alright. Wagon. 2 barrels of healing ale. Alright, so we'll be going back to the battleground.
All right.
Chernobyl, as it were.
Chernobyl.
Okay, y'all travel for half the distance. It's coming up on about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Is there anything y'all want to do or say?
But we haven't reached the site yet.
Mm-mm. Or excuse me, 1 o'clock in the afternoon in a wagon. Yes, you are coming up on the site. So you're about to reach it. You can tell it's off in the distance.
Hey, look, it's where you died.
I
Crazy,
forgot
huh?
because before y'all are walking and now y'all's wagon traveling, so you get there faster.
Paxar, you know what's crazy about that?
Yeah.
I remember it.
Whoa, that's gonna be some
You
therapy
know what
later,
else I
probably.
remember?
What?
I remember your skeleton shooting a crossbow that way.
Yeah, hey, hey, what's that? The bolt's still there. That's crazy, man.
It's still there. He's still
No,
shooting.
yeah, you don't see things like that. People are so nice. Somebody would have stolen that years ago.
Do we want to approach on foot before we just come up on the wagon that's noticeable? Scout out the area maybe, just in case there might be something there that's picking what's left over.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
I'm
sounds like a good idea. And
I'm
seeing as
covered
how
in
you're a scouting expert, I will trust your judgment on that.
yeah,
And
I'm kind of not any use on that one. I'm wearing a full white cloak and white clothes. I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
man, Josh, that's some bonus experience right there. Good idea. That's some
Thank you.
ranger. Good job. Good
Oh,
job.
here, next door. If you stand right next to the linen roof, you kind of blend in with the white top.
Hey, it's hard to be mad at a man when he's right.
Well, if that's the case, I'll probably just grab my bow and just something, just with my quiver, just to remain really light. And I guess I'll try and point a way where they can maybe take the wagon off to the side. And then once we stop, I'll hop off the wagon and start heading that way, kind of stealthily like.
All right. You come up to the site, and it seems pretty clear, except for there's lots of buzzards gathered around the fire where his corpse used to be.
Is there anything else I see other than that? Just kind of doing a quick scan of the area.
Looks to be the same that it was last time y'all left. It was just a day ago. You can roll a tracking for me real quick.
It'd be 19 total.
So I'm gonna keep track of a lot of this stuff.
Nothing out of the ordinary. I will say while you're following some pieces are following around, you find another piece of secret, and it's actually her head.
Not doing anything. I'll kind of just kind of touch it with my bow. Is it moving, blinking, flashing, or anything like that?
It's dead.
Okay.
Yeah, thankfully we destroyed both trackers.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
there was a lot.
noticing that, if I don't see anything else or notice anything else out of the ordinary, I'll kind of make my way back to the wagon and let them know it should be pretty clear. And I'll take the head with me too and be like, "Look what I found!" and just kind of prop it up.
Can I have that?
You already had the arm. I think the
For
head
different
should
reasons.
go to. I think the head should go to family.
Okay.
I mean, I look at him like, I don't think I'm gonna have a use
His-
for this.
Then my question still stands. Can I have it? Like the question to whoever owns it, can I have it?
Actually,
that would be.
with it close in my hands, I'm just gonna inspect it real fast. Is there anything like, do I see anything unique about it? Any kind of markings? Like, is there, you know, a symbol or anything? Just kind of turning it in or around just to kind of get a good look at it.
Obviously, you can still see the jewels from within it. There's still some connected in it. You see the connection parts where the neck would be connected to the head. You know, um, but other than that, you'd have to break it open to check it out further.
You
I
know,
feel
if you
like
want to, I have thieves' tools and jewelers' tools, so maybe we could work at getting things out of it without having to destroy it.
I feel like that final decision rests with Nameless.
Yeah, I'll just nod my head and yeah, it's up to you.
We can do that. See if there's anything useful inside.
Sweet. All right. Ugh.
As I was working on stuff and doing things, you notice clouds move in and it starts lightly sprinkling.
All right, let's
Let's
finish
get some
gathering
cover
everything.
maybe.
So Nameless and I are gonna look around, gather what pieces of my armor, are salvageable and everything, and also look for pieces of secret, mainly the
Um,
remnants of a breastplate or anything.
your
Whether or
your
not,
your armor's 82% damaged, so it's like really bad. Uh,
right?
see if you can find any. Who's searching for secret parts?
I can start searching for that
Um,
as well.
yeah,
Uh, give me a spot check or a
That,
search or whatever it is.
uh, it'd
That's
be
your-
spot, right? Or well, there's a search skill. Let me use that search.
yeah, go ahead and you search.
That'd be a
Jared got a
17
19 on
total.
his roll.
I
19.
got a 17.
You have a 26% chance of finding more parts of her. 32. Y'all can't discover any more parts for her, even though you looked around very good, but the explosion was so huge, you don't know how far they could have flown. And the grass is tall in the area, it's very difficult to find things.
Yeah, as we're searching, I'll just kind of speak up to Nameless and I'll just ask, was Secret always, I guess, antagonistic? Was she always like that? Because I thought I heard you mention that our, your creator, your master is different than what you remember. So was Secret different than what you remember?
I didn't have very many interactions with my siblings, so it's hard for me to say that she was different, but she didn't seem as aggressive the first time that I spoke with her.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit when she said she wants to destroy the world, that was kind of shocking to say the least. I mean, especially with you, I don't obviously get that vibe from you, so it's just kind of hard to think that, Secret would be your sibling.
I think because I was separated for so long, I'm not affected by whatever is affecting them.
You grew apart.
No, I
So,
still have all my parts.
No, emotionally.
He gets one
so
extra point of intelligence, and all of a sudden he's a therapist.
yeah.
I know the mind.
So, do you think there would be a way to bring them to the right path? I mean, I just feel like maybe we could have helped Secret in another way, but I mean, she was so aggressive at the start. I don't know how that could have been any different, but in the future, do you think we could do something, talk with them more to try and make them not want to destroy the world? I just feel, if they're your siblings, I feel like you would have or you'd have more of a, leg up on getting through to them.
It depends on how subservient they are to our creator. Nobody is not going to be one to talk to.
Nobody?
Hey, he means nothing.
Rephrase that sentence. I didn't understand it. I don't know if this thing's working right.
My bracelet broke.
I put it back on.
He's all tapping the bracelet, listening to it. Check, 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 check.
So you said nothing or nobody? Is that another sibling that we should be aware of?
Oh, nothing. Nothing was not. Yeah,
Oh, see, I was right. You did mess up.
I did. I don't
All
remember
right.
the other sibling's name now. There was
Mystery?
Secret,
Mystery.
nothing, mystery.
Yeah, I know. It's why he doesn't know it. It's a mystery, guys.
It's a mystery. So
So
do you think he's
mystery,
the?
but nothing. There's no chance.
I don't know. I guess I just
Oh,
after what
you need a
happened.
different name. Besides the absence of one your master gave you, or former master.
Yeah, I mean, you have freedom to do that now, right? I mean, you can make that choice.
I will have to think on it.
I'd go for Metal Man.
It would be Iron Man, but that's copyrighted, so.
Ferris Man.
Just use the compound name for iron. Fe.
Femon.
Femon. All right, I'm a Digimon. Got it.
He's evolving. All right, so we gather up what we can, and then I just throw it in the back of the wagon. And we'll turn around and go, unless you guys have anything else you want to do here.
Yeah, whenever he throws the stuff in the wagon, I go, "Whoa, hey, I'm doing delicate things in here." And I stick my head out, and I got tools sticking out of my mouth, and I'm still holding the head, picking at it.
Whoa, now. Keep that for privacy.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm charging my spells in here.
Charging your spells, you're tinkering with a head.
Yeah,
That's what you said.
Anything to get it to come back on. Oh, what's this switch back here?
I figured out that magic is relatively universal in this world too.
It starts
So-
raining pretty hard, everybody.
Like hard enough that, like how hard is it? Like storming, or just kind of like a
Well, it's just
like a
starting to.
rain?
Well, it's starting to rain really good. Like it was sprinkling a second ago, but the rain's moving in.
I think we
So
should
we
get somewhere
need to get
dry.
back to the temple before the roads get too muddied.
Right.
Yeah, can I look at the sky and see if there's like a heavy storm coming right now, or is it just kind of like a rain?
Looks like a heavier storm's moving in.
Yeah, we
Tell you
probably need to
what,
get back
though.
then.
These spicy dwarven chips are pretty good.
This dwarven snack cupboard we brought along, apparently.
They were just strapped to the side of the barrels. Apparently, they work well with each other.
Yeah, what's this? A bag of pretzels? Beer? They thought of everything.
Yeah, we definitely need to head back then if the storm's going to be rolling in.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll get loaded up and start heading that way.
Hiya! And we walk on.
Nice.
So
I'll
while
run
we're-
and jump in the wagon before it takes off.
So while while we do go back, I am kind of working at the head, trying to like see if there's some way to like open it up without actually damaging what's inside. Do I get anywhere on that, or do I need
And
to roll
I'll
for-
help him too
Okay.
if I if he needs any help or anything, I'll be there to kind
I'll
of.
be up in the front of the wagon.
Yeah.
with,
I can't
Pierce's
promise
stone.
the smooth ride of a Bentley Continental.
Y'all travel along and you get about a mile away from the site, and then you hear a large boom noise come from the site behind you. As you all turn around, you see almost a huge fire raising up from the site off in the distance, and you hear this loud scream that echoes through the woods.
Giddy up.
Is it? Can we tell the? Is it like a male voice, female voice?
Sounds like
Robotic
it sounds
voice?
like almost a beast screaming, and you see a glow like a way off in the distance. This glow from almost a fire.
What's the? Is it just like a
When you go faster.
red and orange fire, or what's? Is it like a different color of fire?
Red and orange.
Hey, Nameless, do you recognize this?
I'm already in the wagon. I'm not sitting next to you.
Right, I meant hide in the wagon.
Oh, that's not going to help.
Hey, Nameless, do you recognize by chance if this is one of your
I'll
siblings?
try to push the
I
pony.
believe it is. We need to go.
I'll try to push the pony as fast as it can go.
Anybody sitting in the back of the wagon?
I am. Well,
yeah.
actually, I'd probably be in the middle with Pexor. But can I take a quick look outside of the wagon? Can I see if we're making like an obvious trail with the wagon?
Indeed, you are.
Okay, I will say that. I think we're making a trail. Do we want to stop and bunker down and try and hide, or are we just going to book it to the temple? And I'll kind of
So
like
we have to
point.
book. There's no trees or much to hide around,
Oh, yeah,
especially
this
on
is
our way.
plains,
to
isn't
the
it?
temple. Yeah.
Yeah, is this just
Uh,
plains right now?
Y'all can actually curve off into the forest off the road if you like. There is forest surrounding y'all at this moment.
How many
But you are making
fighting?
a trail going down the road. It's very
Yeah.
new. It's very deep.
Right. I feel like even if we curved off to hide, you could just see our tracks going to where we're hiding.
Yeah, and that's true.
I
And if we
feel
weren't,
like, yeah, and if we could make it to the temple quick enough, the priests and there's other fighting men there that could help give us a more defensible chance.
You're hours away.
I would say, isn't that what we thought at first? And then it was like, oh, we got 10 feet and we had to fight.
yeah, and if we did stay out of the woods, we might have a better chance of seeing something coming. Because I mean, if we don't know, I don't know if Nameless can confirm this, but Secret was able to fly. So if his other siblings can, maybe we'll see them coming if we're
But
out in the open.
Wouldn't it be easier, though, to hide in the trees if someone can fly?
Jared, go ahead and make a morale check.
Yeah, that's a 4.
Okay. Your character's thoroughly afraid that it's nothing,
If you need to,
and
I'll let you hide on my pink.
the way they spoke of nothing before, you think that he just tore one of you apart like it was nothing for him. And I would say right now, your character's deathly afraid of him discovering y'all. You would feel the urge to find out some type of plan to where he would at least wouldn't find you. But you think that, since he just got there and you don't even know his powers and his abilities, and what's her face knew how to fly, you know that you have the feeling that you have to act fast. If y'all notice, Nameless seems as if he's trembling.
I mean, honestly,
Your
I am
sister was
too in a
after
way.
you, right? Secret.
Yeah.
So if nothing or one of your other siblings is after you, could you not turn back into a ring and at least attempt to hide? And
Well,
then
they
if
obviously
one of
they
your
obviously
siblings,
don't have their locators anymore.
right?
Yeah, neither
But
one of
if
them.
he can fly the same as your sister, or even some way of finding us, if he just finds us and not you, then we can try to at least pass ourselves off as
Travelers.
refugees
Yeah.
or something else.
With his rage level, Jared, you'd assume that he might even just destroy them because they're there.
Yeah, that's what I
Just
was thinking too. Like he's such a wrathful creature. Um, I don't think that he would, if he finds you, I don't think that he would even bat an eye at just outright slaying you.
So then we have two choices. We either book it as we're doing now as fast as we can back to the temple, or we turn off into those copse of trees and set an ambush.
I wouldn't even try setting an ambush.
Yeah, I
It's
was about to say, do we just hide and
we're
hope
gonna
for
have
the
to park the
best?
wagon and go off on foot and try and hide further into the forest to where if he finds the wagon, hopefully he won't go further looking for us. And at worst, he just destroys what we just got.
depending on how far the horse would get away, he wouldn't know what part y'all ventured off in the forest if he just found the
Right.
wagon.
And we could hide our tracks easier just on foot than with a wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So send the
Yeah.
wagon east and we go
Especially in the
west or something
forest
like
because
that.
you're not going to have muddy ground. It's going to still be just now starting to soak up water. That's going to be our best bet.
I vote for the trees and send the horse the opposite direction.
Still attached to the wagon?
Yes.
It would lead the trail somewhere else
Yeah.
if
Make
he
sure
was
not to
to
leave
find
any
it.
pieces of her head.
What?
Make sure not to leave any pieces of her head.
Actually, have I even gotten anywhere on that, or is it still just like a whole head?
I would say right as y'all starting to work on it and you're really starting to get it, you're trying to open up a piece, like you were just loosening some screws, and then he started screaming in the distance or
Okay,
roaring,
cool.
and then y'all saw the light, and now y'all's making the plans as of right now.
Okay. So then cool. Then I don't gotta worry about picking up anything.
And I will say that it's starting to thunder and lightning a little bit.
Then yeah. All right.
You got a compartment in you to put the head?
I don't think I do.
How much? What's your square footage of trunk space you got?
Right.
Open your trunk. Turn around.
Yeah, bend over. Let's see what you got down there.
Normally, it's my own head up my own ass.
All right, so I'll turn the wagon and everything towards the trees.
I'm getting off and running the other way.
All right,
If
and you
that's
go
what we're
ahead
gonna
and
do,
I
you
mean,
slap the
once
horse
we
on the
get to the
butt and
forest,
headed
we'll
on its
hop
way.
off and start trying to head towards the temple through the forest.
Okay. I'm going to say that y'all have to take an alternate route, right? That even though you shoo the horse one direction, it kind of starts still going back towards the direction it was going, right? It starts curving back a little bit when it starts running wild. I'll say that y'all slap the horse on the butt and it starts, going every
Could we
which way
like
direction. But y'all go ahead and you successfully, or what would you want to do, Pexor?
I was gonna ask, could we like tie the rein kind of one way so it's always going like a little bit in one direction? You know what I mean?
Somebody with animal handling could try to do that if you wanted. Try to make it go into
Yeah.
a specific direction. Are you
Yeah,
going to go ahead and handle it, Othello?
yeah, if he tells me about that, I'll
Yeah.
quickly see if I can do that.
Okay, see if you
Yeah.
can handle the reins to really throw them off course.
Maybe use these thingamabobs and tie it up to make the horse go this way.
That would be a total of 20.
Nice. Okay, you masterfully get the horse to stay going in the direction you wanted it to go in, and y'all manage to escape into the woods. Is there anything
Yeah,
y'all
as
want to do
we're
when y'all first get in there?
as we're going, I will do everything
Dang
that I
it! I have
can
to leave my kid.
to try and direct everybody to where we make the least amount of tracks. If I have to lead the way, I will, but just kind of looking at the ground as we're kind of making our way, I'll try and direct everybody to like less muddy spots, more rocks where we can just make less tracks.
Nice. Okay, go ahead and give me a roll for your tracking on that. It's just someone uses like a reverse tracking to hide your tracks.
How
It's a total
thick are
of
these woods?
it's a
Are
Thick
total
these
of
enough,
like
13.
thick enough to hide y'all, huh?
The total of 13.
Okay. Um, I will say that if someone's, you feel like you're doing a decent job, but every now and again, you'll notice the giant will make a huge footprint in the mud, or Nameless will make a huge footprint, and you're really trying, but you're like, if somebody searched this area exactly, but y'all's under heavy canopy, so you think that someone would have to be going through these woods and have to stumble upon one of your tracks to actually find you.
Are you wanting Nameless Othello to go ring for him for at least a little bit to try to hide some of those?
Be less
Or
tracks,
to
yeah.
We can do that, yeah.
okay. Who do you want to equip you?
My
Ooh,
familiar.
me.
So yeah, once I see him go into ring form, I'll grab it and put it on my hand and or on my finger, and I'll keep leading the
Lose
way.
him. Oh!
Okay.
He turns into the
Just
ring and falls in the underbrush.
uh sure enough, after a little bit of y'all's traveling through the woods, you travel for about another 5 or 10 minutes, and you hear another scream in the distance. This time, there's obviously too much trees and stuff to see anything, but you can definitely hear him roar again and hear something be tore apart, like an explosion type thing. And
Would it
um,
be in the direction that we sent the wagon in,
yeah,
or
yeah,
is it still okay?
obviously, yeah.
It's just
Uh,
one of my armor.
The poor horse. The poor wagon that we
well,
Yeah,
sent
y'all
through
had
all
to
the
y'all
ale.
had to go back to where Secret was last, dude. I rolled it. He almost ran into y'all, dude, and I wouldn't have wanted to end the game like that, but I was like, one of them are coming to check where she was, and that was her last location. And I'm just glad it came just a little bit less than. I mean, literally, he
my
rolled just
ale.
slightly. Right after y'all left, he showed up, and I was like, man, that was a close one.
I
But
lost my ale. That's it.
but
We're killing him.
uh,
He's dead.
Josh, since you're trying to hide your tracks and everything, I believe is it direction sense in 3.5? It is, right?
For tracking, or
Or it's because it's
Uh,
storming and everything, and it's you trying to maintain correct direction while you're,
survival.
traveling.
Survive. Yeah,
would that just be
survival.
survival?
Okay.
Now I have that. Can I roll to help assist, or is this
Well,
Is
since he's
this
also trying
little
to
field?
conceal y'all's tracks, I would say that his direction is going to matter the most because he's going to be at the front of the group telling y'all which way to go, so you don't make as much tracks. So I'm going to rely upon his as more at this
Right.
time.
So
Like
is my
you're kind of
survival
like
all
I would
but
say that you're
useless in
going in
this
the
world?
direction that he's telling you to go, so you don't make as much tracks, and he's trying to maintain the direction. But
Mhm.
if it's way off, then I might give you a roll to see if you notice that he's going in the
Okay.
wrong direction.
Well, I also didn't know if my survival was useful at all in this world anyway.
True, I'd probably give it to you as a negative because they would have different stuff, and you're probably even in a different hemisphere, so who knows? Well, go ahead.
Like the only thing that'd be useful to you is knowing like the direction the sun goes, and then you can monitor your
Right.
directions from stuff like
And
that.
I wouldn't be worried about anything like that, but it's storming real heavy right now, and y'all are
Yeah.
you're kind of panicked just a little bit.
Fleeing for our lives, yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll, Josh. What'd you get?
When we go though, I will be in the rear
I
Noted.
rolled
to make sure the lady with us can is safe and can keep up.
What'd you roll, Josh?
a total of 23.
Oh, nice. Okay, you managed to maintain direction and stuff, but I'm going to say whenever you heard the explosion, you decided to take them really far off of the trail. Like you know that he's probably going to be searching because obviously, uh, the wagon at some point just went off the road, right? And then he went and found the wagon, and there's nobody in it, but the tracks were very fresh. So it's very suspicious to him, and you feel like that he would be searching in the surrounding areas.
Yeah, just a more of a wide berth to make sure that we don't cross paths.
Yeah.
Hector, hike up your skirts.
I'm gonna say that you're heading back east towards the place, right? But you had to definitely take this northern type of big loop through the forest that was normally a road carved out through the middle. You're going through the northern part of the forest and trying to make a big kind of like C back to the
Look, you half
Yeah.
church.
giant. Look, you half giant. The next time you die, you're mine. Okay, I'm not bringing you back my way.
That's going to be a big zombie. I'm, he has lots of hit points.
I'm not sure you have the power to bring back this much raw talent.
You ain't got the power to bring me back, buddy.
Trust me, man. I seen your raw talents. You were pretty drunk yesterday. It ain't much.
You were in the room too?
No, everyone
wonder
was
I
in.
felt
Everyone's
need
in
such
the
a
dining
pair of
room.
soft hands.
What's sad is there's not a bard here to sing about all. Anybody need to take a level of bard for me?
Don't worry, I sent you a message about what future plans.
Yeah, yeah. He downloads the Spotify app.
Not in this weather. He doesn't have signal.
I don't have access to the
All right.
cloud right now.
But the
What do you
cloud's right above us.
But there's all this water.
Oh, I see. The nemesis.
So you go ahead and you continue traveling on foot for quite some ways. The sea that you made has doubled your trip, and you know it would probably be almost around nightfall before y'all, or you'd be way past nightfall before you got home because the way you're having to take. Um, you notice that it's starting to get up into evening time, and you know the sun's going to go down before too much longer, right? And you y'all all come up to the edge of the northern part of the wood, right? To the point to where you'd almost walk out, right? And you can see a little bit past the trees, but not much, you know. And y'all notice when you get to this one area, you smell what just smells like so much blood and iron, almost like endless amounts of blood and iron. Uh going through this area.
God damn it, Lance.
As you travel, uh, you're like, thanks, man.
You do it
As you're
every
traveling,
time. Every fucking time.
as y'all travel up through the north, the forest, the smell gets stronger and stronger. You can check it out without being seen if you like, if one of y'all want to hide and check it out.
Are we on the temple right now, or are we still
Oh
a
no,
ways off, or we
y'all's,
just smell
or
it?
what it is okay. So this is the temple, and this is where y'all are at, right? Normally, it was a straight shot from the road with just a slight little bitty curves. Well, to stay away from nothing, y'all had to make a C to go around to the temple, right? Well, you're up here, and it's getting about, or you're about right here, and you're still a good ways from the temple down here, right? And you know you get there about nightfall, but you're up here at the top of the woods, right where it's about to end, and you smell a ton of blood, and you know that you could check it out if you
Yeah,
look.
I'll check it out.
Or you don't, or
Sneaking
go ahead
up
and
on them.
roll.
Yeah, I'll stop him. Yeah, and I'll be like, wait,
Yeah.
we should probably be sneaky. We're trying to keep a low profile.
Hexor, it
We
actually
got
smells like
I don't,
heaven for you. It
I
smells like
know.
the blood halls of
I
your
don't got armor.
place.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sneaky.
you have not smelt so much dead ever in your life, Pexor.
I'm very intrigued.
Okay. Y'all get to
He's
the edge
got
of the
like that
forest. Those who are hiding, go ahead and roll your hide checks for me.
What?
I got a 9.
I told you I'm good at hiding, Othello. Watch.
I got a
I grab a
12.
tree to hide behind.
Got 12.
Ooh.
Y'all come up to the edges of the woods, and sure enough, you know, you don't want to step too far out in the opening. Josh almost does, and he goes to step in front of you almost, and you know, y'all hold each other back for a second, and you look out in the field, and all you see is tons of dead soldiers laying on the ground. Josh, roll an intelligence check.
Oh, a graveyard. How delightful.
That'd be an 8.
Uh, it's good enough for me. You see the banner of the soldiers y'all ran into, and all their bodies are strung across the battlefield.
Are there any pig bodies?
Yeah, you see lots of them, but the battle
Bacon.
obviously done as of right now. The smell of blood is so strong because you know, obviously rain and water make smells travel more and stuff, and it actually smells crazy pleasant to you, Pexor, and you almost lose your breath when you look at just the endless pile of dead.
I have a case of the vapors. That's what it is.
So
Uh,
seeing
go
that,
ahead. Go ahead and
Hexor, your
all right,
bootleg is
Pexor.
going.
You might actually feel compelled just to walk out because you're so curious about all that dead.
if I see him start to walk out, I'll pull him back. But do I see any movement or anything looking
No.
at the field of bodies?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, I mean, knowing me, I probably would try to walk out just to see like how much it all really is. So I think that I would actually try to walk out.
Yeah, I'll just pull him back and be like, "What are you doing?"
Ah, I just can't even talk.
Yeah, I'll just be like, all that bodies, all that blood. I think I know what's going on with that, but I don't know if we want to mess with that right now.
Cover me. Let's see what's left among the dead.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look out.
Famous last
Well,
words.
if he starts walking now, I'm definitely not going to be able to pull him back. So I'm just going to be like, all right, well, I guess we're doing this. And I'll.
Othello, if you want to stay hidden and be perimeter guard, you can. But amongst these dead,
Realize as a ring, I have access to almost nothing, right?
oh, I totally forgot you were a ring.
Okay.
I was just talking to myself there.
Actually,
If
before we do that, I got an idea. So if we want to make sure that there's nobody out there, I will cast Corpse Puppet. and I can animate a corpse. It only lasts as long as I concentrate. It costs nothing in material. So yeah, essentially it's literally just a puppet that I can control out there, and I can make like walk around, and one of them can get up, and then so I can make it walk around and try to like look like it's scavenging or something to try to pull anything out for, or if anything's watching, then it'll try to lure them out.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, once I see him start to cast anything, I'll kind of back off a little bit.
Okay.
So then
You sure enough, you see the purple wisp come from his hands. He starts murmuring some necromantic words, and one of the corpse soldiers get up, and it starts wandering around the battlefield. As it goes over the hill of the battlefield, um, uh, you hear a voice off in the distance screaming, and he's like, "Soldier, come help me! I'm still alive! Come help me! I didn't know one of you still alive! Help me, please!"
Okay.
Lance,
I'll
can I try to pinpoint where that sound came from amongst the bodies?
It's right over like the battlefield. You're seeing kind of like half of it because it was fought on a hill,
Oh,
right?
it's on a
And
hill?
you can tell it's like right on the other side of the hill where you're hearing the yelling come from.
And so nobody's attacked the puppet yet
He's
either,
like,
right?
no, he's like, "Can you hear me? Come help!"
uh,
Uh,
yeah,
I'm
hearing
going.
that, I'll get my bow and arrow ready, just in case, and I'll just look to everybody and be like, "Are we helping?"
You never leave a soldier behind. And I'll run off, Lance, towards the sound. I'll have my shield still kind of like laying on my back and everything, but I'll have my sword drawn.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
follow behind, but I'm gonna watch the skies as we're kind of running through.
as you'll start running through the bodies, you see every once in a while you see small gold pouches and everything. You see lots of equipment laying around. Uh, Pretty much every type of mundane, simple armors are laying around. Uh, Also, mundane weapons that you can just tell from naked eye. Uh, when you get over the hill and you'll get up there with with the undead standing beside him, you see Captain Ready Fast, the one that you met in the camp. He's laying down there and he's been gravely wounded. It looks like he has a stomach wound and a severe leg wound, and he's laying on the ground holding his stomach and everything. You could tell that he had a blanket thing right beside him that he obviously covered up with in battle to survive. But
Yeah.
he's like, right when he comes over the hill, he's like, "You help me!" And let's just say the zombie's name is Terry. He looks at Terry and he's like, "Terry, what is wrong with you, you idiot? Come down here."
Yeah,
So
if
I'll
I
run
recognize
over
the
to the
voice, I'll
captain.
follow suit.
Okay.
I will send Terry to gather bags of gold for me while I walk over to the hill as well.
Okay.
Yeah, once we get to the captain, I'll quickly look and see, is there anything that I could is there anything that I could do to help bind the wounds or anything like that, or is it like really bad?
Oh no, he's totally healable.
Okay. Yeah, seeing
Do
that,
you know how to treat this man, Othello?
I can try. And then I will basically anything that I've got or anything that I see around, like any kind of rags or anything that I might need to bandage the wound with or
He actually
tourniquets.
a flag over him that he was using as a blanket. You could rip it up and use it if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll do that. And yeah, I'll try and treat the wounds the best I can.
Okay.
I'm standing kind of back. I'm like, this is so far out of my realm of expertise. It's not even funny.
I'm actually trying to watch and learn, and see how he does it.
Othello,
Okay.
once you're done, we should bargain for raw materials, perhaps being able to scavenge some of this armor.
Yeah, maybe. So on my heal check, if I need one, I rolled a 22 total.
Okay. You
So
managed
hopefully
to
no poison
stop the
sticks this
bleeding.
time in the mouth.
No, you stopped the bleeding.
Yeah, so seeing him in that state, I'll get him kind of bandaged up, and I'll just ask, what happened? Was this the razor backs or whatever you were speaking of?
He goes, yes. He goes, there's only 3 of them left. We almost killed them all. They were so strong. I can't believe it. Their camp's right over there. Could y'all heal me and help me kill them? There's only 3 of them, and we could stop this
Do you know
right
this man,
now.
Othello?
What was that?
Othello, you know this man?
Yes, I do.
He's like, I promise. He goes, if you help me kill him, the king will reward y'all greatly. At least 1,000 gold pieces apiece, maybe more. Please help me kill them.
Yeah, I'll just relay real quick to Pierce that he was a part of a contingent that was sent by the king to basically take care of this large razorback people that was troubling this area, and I'll look over to where he's pointing. Do I see the camp that he's speaking of?
He just said it's past in the woods over there and stuff. And when you look in the distance, sure enough, you can see a little bit of smoke raising up.
You said there were 3 left, sir?
Only 3 was on the battlefield. We almost claimed all of them. I would have stopped them if I could, but I hid like a coward.
There's
Yeah,
no
I'll just
cowardice in trying to live. You were gravely wounded.
I can't
yeah,
return a failure.
I will be back. Othello, you come with if you wish, or stay unless you can help this man more, but I'm going to find out what I can about that camp.
Frank,
yeah,
I was. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Frank, I'm going to say that even though like a lot of the armor can't fit you, right? Some of the stuff, some of the strap-on stuff, if you wanted to try to make you a basic armor kit right now, I would give you one that would give you probably 6 AC if you use different pieces of plate and try to piece it together out of the
How
dead
long would that
bodies.
take?
You could just be
Can I?
picking it up as you're running along. There's so many dead.
Okay. The dead,
I'll
crazy
call it
people
partial
with the
plate.
wood armor.
Hmm.
What?
I'll call it
Oh,
partial
so the
plate.
dead partial plate. Okay. So the dead crazy people walk along and everything. When they're dead, is their armor still stuck to them?
Oh, you could take their armor off if you wanted.
Oh, you mean
How
the?
hard does it feel?
Huh?
Like
It's actually
how
made out of
hard?
wood. Uh, that's he'll mention that as he sees you going through the armor. He'll be like they're weak to fire. Them bastards. That's how we got them. That you can burn them straight alive because of their wooden armor.
Did your men have any oils?
Not enough, but
I'll
enough to
actually,
damage them greatly.
I'll actually,
Yeah, I'll pull out a flask of oil from my pack, and I'll be like, I've got one here.
I got 2 vials of alchemist fire.
Do you want to come with Pexor?
Dead
Othello,
people? Oh yes.
Then
Terry,
help me
get over here.
Yeah, before we head out, I'll try and make the captain as comfortable as I can get him, and I'll just let him know, we'll
Wait,
take care of this. We'll be back.
isn't he coming with
No,
us?
no, I must go with you. You have to heal me. Please let me fight them.
Othello.
I have
You're
to
in no
fight
condition to
them.
fight. I know how you feel, but
He keeps on trying to get up.
I'll just push him down and be like, man, you're going to have to just sit here. You're just going to hurt yourself. Even if you did fight, you wouldn't. I'm afraid that you may fight, but you may not live after the fact.
It doesn't matter. I can't be a coward anymore. I sat here and listened to my men die. Please let me help you kill them.
I will try and lift him up over my shoulder the best I can. And I'll be like, all right, let's do this. And I'll just kind of walk along with him. And I'll
When you
hand
take off, let me down.
Yeah, I'll hand the oil off to Pierce, and then I'll take the ring off and just place it on the ground.
All right, I return to my humanoid form.
As I'm going, picking up the making partial plate and everything, is there any javelins and stuff like that around?
Oh yeah, every type of mundane weapon you can think of.
Actually, would there also be vials of, or like more vials of oil as well? Because if they use them to burn them, then I assume that they'll probably come like almost standard, right?
Well, the thing is they didn't know that was their weakness, and even though they
Oh,
had
okay.
oil for their torches, they used it all during the fight.
Oh, okay.
Because when they found out there was a weakness, they're actually, or well, if he went a long distance with you talking about the fight, he would say that they got the upper hand after they were losing because they obviously found out their weakness was fire when one of them caught fire real easy.
So then, are there like, I assume probably all the like the healing potions and things would have been used up by people, in battle. Okay.
What healing potions they had, I mean, it's like being a hired militia, they wouldn't have them just floating around constantly. If you want to look for one, I can give you a shot, but let's got a 20% chance of finding healing potions. 95, no healing potions.
The only time 95 is bad.
Lance, I'm gonna pick up about 3 javelins and everything.
Oh, you don't want me to roll a 95 after I roll a critical on you. I know that.
Well, okay.
Are you going to pick up a few javelins, you say?
Yeah. So I don't have my shield on me right now. Well, I mean, it's on me, but I don't have it, like readied.
I'm going to say that you find a spear basket that was carried by a soldier, and you can fit about 7 javelins in it.
Heck yeah. Okay. So I'm actually going, when I'm picking up pieces and everything like that of armor, I'm going right now for leathers instead of plate because it will help keep me quiet.
Okay. Actually, I got an idea kind of how we can probably do this, and let me know what y'all think. So I was thinking, since I still have Terry, my corpse puppet, I can, if they're kind of like sitting around a fire, I can have Terry come on the opposite way that we're hiding, so they all turn to face him, so we can get essentially a surprise round. We can throw the fire at their backs. They're not things like this. Like, what do you guys think?
I mean, having a distraction would, yeah. Actually, seeing
how
the
long
distance.
can you control Terry?
So long as I concentrate. It just says the spell ends when my concentration ends.
Yeah, so seeing the distance of the smoke from the camp, would the captain's yelling most likely be heard by anything that was at the camp, based on my knowledge of how far it is?
It's so far away, no one would hear you at that distance.
Okay.
So can I find enough
And
leather
the way he is
pieces
talking, who was left actually ran away in case more soldiers were coming because they had such drastic losses.
Mhm. So it looked like both sides technically lost.
Yeah,
because there were such heavy casualties.
The captain survived and 3 of them.
Okay. Lance, can I find enough leather pieces to patch together like a studded leather worth, or?
Okay.
Regular leather.
But if you do, like, I was going to give you a 6 before for the plate, partial plate. If you're doing a leather thing over here, I'm about to lower it down to a 4. But you will be stealthier.
Oh, that's fine. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. But
Because I'm going for.
I'll say you're wearing multiple layers of any leather that'll fit over you. Like you're wrapping stuff around you and kind of tying it to yourself with belts, you know? You're just
Mhm.
kind of like making your own makeshift leather armor the best you can.
Sweet. Which is exactly what I'm going for because I'm thinking technically plate's going to be too loud. We're at night. I need to be as sneaky as I can. So we get leather. So right now, it'll give me a 4. Okay.
Does the captain have a weapon on him right now?
He has a sword.
Okay. And you, Othello, you give me a flask of oil?
Yeah.
Okay. So right now,
Jared,
my thinking is.
Mhm.
what was you saying you were doing also a second ago when you became normal form? Did you say you were going to heal the captain a little? Or I didn't know if that's what I heard from you.
I was going to give him one of my healing potions.
Okay. How much is that? A D8 plus 3?
Actually, the potions you gave us are 2d8.
Nice. Okay. Oh, sweet. That'll work. You got 12 hit points back. And I'll say with Josh's healing, he's setting at 17.
Is he able to kind of walk on his own now, or does he still need kind of some assistance there?
After he takes the healing potion, you can see some of his wounds close up, and he stops bleeding out of a scratch on his face. And he was like, "Oh, thank you so much for healing me." He's like, the king is definitely going to appreciate y'all. This is going to be amazing. We're going to win this battle, and it's going to be because of you.
Yeah, I like this man's attitude.
Lance, amongst the bodies and armor and some and everything, was there anybody that had like spiky armor, mainly around like forearms and stuff?
You're looking for spiked leather or anything, or just anything spike type?
Or yeah, like metal spikes on armor and stuff and everything like
Just
that.
break the tips off the arrows and
Got
stuff them
got
onto
a
him.
64% chance. Ooh, an aught 7. Yeah, I'll actually say that you find a person that uh was a battle rager type, not necessarily a dwarf, but he was just like a berserker type dude.
Right,
And he had I'd say he had spiky berserker leather that it had leather on it, but it also had metal spikes coming out of it.
right. So I'll lash what I can to my forearms and
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Okay.
Considering his breastplate or anything wouldn't fit me, but I'm thinking it'd give me an extra form of lethality.
Okay.
Considering I'm also used to fighting with spiky stuff.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. Is the
Want to be as
captain in walking condition?
Yes. He's fine he's fine to fight as of now. Uh Also, Pexor, when your zombie came back around from picking up all the gold, he managed
Yeah,
to get 210 gold pieces.
I just slowly have him palm me the bag, and I just kind of put it in mine.
I notice it. I don't notice it. Okay.
Okay, you are actually starting to leave the plane of the battle and you're going into the next
Okay,
area of the
so
woods.
so have we all agreed on the plan? I bring my corpse puppet onto the other side. We hide behind him, kind of. Is there like, so I don't know if we actually can
They're
see it, but
camping in the woods. Right?
yeah, I'm about to say, are they camping in a place where we can hide?
Yes,
Okay.
their
Yeah.
camp is surrounded
So
by
I
heavy
say the
woods.
plan is if they're camping here in the middle and everything, and
Mhm.
like this is the edge of the forest, and kind of south of that are plains. Is that the gist of it, Lance?
Oh, what it is like you're always going into this next big group of forest, and their camp is kind of in the middle of it, where you all saw the smoke coming from.
So
So
there's
you know you
trees
got to
around
go.
them.
Yeah, there's trees
Okay.
totally surrounding them. You know you have to walk a ways. Now, not to say that their encampment isn't in an open canopy
Mhm.
area, but you'd have to get to it
Okay.
through the forest.
Okay.
So then, yeah, I think I'll
How how
sneakily.
fast can your puppet walk
The
or
same
travel?
as just a normal person.
So it can run?
No, it can only. Sorry, it can only walk. It can only travel like 30 feet around. I guess I don't know the exact.
Right. So if that's the case, it would need to come in from the short side while we hid. We would have to go around and hide from the long side because we can get there quicker. Can you travel at a fast speed, Pexor, while controlling this puppet? Or do you
uh,
have to stay within a certain vicinity of it?
it just 100 feet.
Okay.
So
So will we
he
do
could
this?
be on the like the west side, or he could be on like the north side of the camp, and he could send the puppet on the east side of the camp, and y'all could be ready on the west, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And
Okay.
also
Yeah.
I got this. I have a spell, corpse bomb, to where like he can walk in, they all turn, and then I can just make him explode, and then we can kind of kick it off from there.
And if they've got a campfire, I can use pyrotechnics on that.
See, we got this.
I got javelins.
I've got bow and arrow.
Oh,
That's about it.
actually, yeah. Who's got the best for like a range attack? Because I was thinking about using the alchemist fire and having someone throw it like at them, and whoever can, because I'm a wizard. I don't have strength or anything else. I don't use weapons. What is this?
Do you have duct tape?
uh, well, I actually did skin a duck the other day, and
Oh, well, if you have some rope or maybe some thread, I could lash it to the uh, tip of one of
I
these
do have rope.
javelins.
I have a
Do we
20
have
feet of
rope?
rope, or not 20 feet. Sorry, 10 feet.
Do we have thread or maybe like a fine silk rope that we can find around? Because I
Actually,
feel like
yeah. Could we have found something on the battlefield?
If y'all are
because
back
I
there
feel like
looking, I mean, if y'all were saying like, "Hey, I'm specifically looking for rope," then yeah, you definitely would have found some. But I didn't hear anybody say they were going for rope at the
Okay.
time. But if one of y'all want to run back there real
does
quick,
the
it's up to you.
jackets have some silk rope on them?
Silk rope would be definitely a lot rarer amongst militia, I
Right.
assume.
I mean, what is rope but just a lot of threads, right? Just unfurl it all.
Well, because I feel like hemp rope is going to be too thick to like
I have
lash around a.
I have extra bowstring. That should work, right?
Yeah, it should, because it's going to be taut and everything.
All right, cool. Then
Yeah, I'll just I'll pull out
So
the
I'll lash that around the tip of one of my javelins.
okay, cool. So it's just one or two? Because I have two.
Oh, I got 7, but we can only do one because he only has the one extra bowstring.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
well, I have another one, but I just worry that if my bow is to
I,
break,
I,
Yeah.
I'd,
yeah.
I'd save that. That's fine.
Especially till we can restock,
Right.
resupply.
If anything, if you wanted Pexor to let me use the second one, I can just,
Yeah.
give him the
We'll
big old curveball.
we'll see how give him the old knuckle. Yeah, we'll see whenever it gets there. All right, cool. See, this is
Cool.
teamwork, not belittling my fashion choices.
Well, I mean, you're also going to try to sneak around and bone white at night.
Well, I mean, I feel like, I've gotten a little grayer because now that the rain is drenched everything, it made it darker, so I blended a little bit more with the night.
Yeah, actually, with all your, you can tuck your hair back and pull your cloak forward, and it being wet, you would be very well hidden in the dark.
See? Nah.
And I will say, as y'all's entering deeper into the woods, the sun is finally setting.
I'm home, boys. Let's do this.
Okay. So, Othello, if you don't mind being point man, considering you have the best knowledge of the woods and being sneaky.
Yeah, will do.
So, all right,
So, yeah, I was gonna say sending Terry off.
I'll put Terry in position, and I'll just kind of wait because, like, I assume it'll be like we'll be moving, then Terry, then me, and then everybody else will move to their side, or do we move separately?
Well, as y'all actually start approaching the camp, you see a glow off in the distance in the woods, slightly coming from the trees from the huge bonfire, and you can hear the drums and the people singing.
Does it sound like more than 3 people?
Possibly.
Possibly. Wait, I
Well,
hear a bass, a tenor, and 2 altos in there. There's
Surprise can cut down numbers rather well if executed properly. With this, we should be able to thin a herd quickly.
all right. Well, I'll put Terry and myself in position. Do I see anything sticking my head through the trees?
Okay, you get up there, and sure enough, you see actually uh, the captain looks along with you. Or was you by yourself? Did you go, or is the captain back with them?
Yeah.
Okay, as you're looking through your part of the woods, the captain's looking through his part of the woods on the west. You obviously head to the north side, Pexor, and you're sending your guy to the east side. As y'all simultaneously starting to look into the camp, go ahead and roll me a hide check real quick.
Oh, damn. That is a total 23.
Okay,
I got a total of 13.
good enough.
I also got a 13.
All right, that ain't bad. As long as we ain't got no fives. Anyway, where'd Frank
So
go?
can Pector can he be with us, or would he be too far away from his puppet?
I think I'd be too far.
100
That's why.
feet, that's only like a quarter of a football field. He would have to be on the north side of the camp to send the puppet in on the west to fully distract them the opposite direction from y'all's coming in. So he would have to
Right.
be like just the next click over from y'all.
So
But
is it loud right now from the storm and rain?
actually the rain has definitely letting up quite a bit, right? The storm's calmed down. Whenever y'all look at the thing, you actually see 5 riders left. The captain comes out and he goes, "Oh, I those other 2 weren't on the battlefield. I don't even know them. I didn't see them on the battlefield." But you also see a few tribal people there, probably numbering about 10, right? But they don't have armor on. And they seem to just be painted in mud, and they're kind of like doing some kind of dead dance for the loss of their people around the fire.
A dead dance, you say? Ooh.
So
Well, they got these skull face
Yeah.
masks on. And, it just that's what it looks like they're mourning the loss of their war. Well, they still technically
so
won, but the great
Yeah.
losses it caused.
Pexor,
Yo.
are you going to start us off?
I think that's the only way because I can't
Okay.
because there's really no
So
signal.
when you're ready, whistle a songbird tune.
What
I
do you
live
want
in
me to
the
do, Cody?
caves, bro. I don't know songbirds. I can do a bat.
That's
I will.
fine. Bat would work. I don't hear any
Or
bat noises.
how's about this? The explosion will let us know when we're starting.
That'll work too. So on his explosion, do your explosion. Captain, are you good with a spear or a javelin? Are you fit to throw?
He's like, I'm just ready to run in anytime y'all's ready. I am not good with a spear, but I'm great with this. And this is all I need.
An empty hand?
He's got a sword.
Okay,
Alright.
then if everything's
You'll charge on my mark. We only target, for now, the ones in armor. Unless the ones dancing, the civilian, you treat them as civilians unless they go to attack you, but then only strike down who you have to.
all right, I will send old Tearbear in, trudging, or actually, it's a corpse. Yeah, how bad of a state is this corpse in? Because like, if he's missing a leg, then he's got to like hobble in or something, or could he just like waltz in? Has he just got a couple arrows sticking out of him?
He's lost a leg. He's hopping around.
I'll say that he is. It. I literally rolled 10%. He has an arrow just sticking right out of his helmet in his eyeball.
Okay, so then I'll send.
That's a perfectly preserved corpse.
What's so
Too bad
sad is it was a friendly fire shot.
Damn, cold-blooded. Well, it looks like my perfectly preserved corpse is going to make a lot of perfectly preserved corpses. So, I'll send, I'll send him on in.
All right.
I really wish we had like a.
As the guy walks in,
go
go ahead. You got 1 second. Go ahead.
I was thinking about taking his clothes off and rubbing mud on him real fast.
Wow. Okay. Why is that?
Well, because aren't they all like covered in mud, or like the civilians covered in mud to try to blend in? Or does he look literally the exact opposite of what they would?
They're not necessarily just covered in mud. They've got like tribal symbols and stuff.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
going
I
on mud,
misunderstood.
and
Then never mind.
they got their butt flaps going and everything.
Okay, then yeah, never mind. I misunderstood. My bad.
To
So then,
dress
I'll
him up as one of them, it would take a little bit of lengthy thing, and you'd have to have some type of wig.
Then we'll then I'll just send him in. I misunderstood. My bad.
No, that's fine. You go ahead and you send him in, and sure enough, 3 of the riders go to approach him quickly, riding up to him with the javelins out.
I'll just have him keep going.
Okay. The first one hits him with a javelin. How many hit points does he have?
Pretty much 1 hit and he's done. But like, do they stab him or throw it and hit him?
They throw javelins.
Okay. How close are they?
Because a perfectly laid plan.
Oh wow, the next one rolled a 1. Awesome. He was coming right in on the camp, so they're about 20 feet away from 30 feet away, but they just turned around, started heading towards him and throwing javelins. The first one hit him.
Can we
how many
see
hit
this
points does he have?
from our positions?
How many hit points does he have?
Pretty much, I think like 5.
Oh wow, they did 3 plus 3, so that would be 6. So let me see how close they got to him before that hit him. Okay, 6. I'm going to say, what damage does the spell give off? Or do you have to roll damage for the explosion?
Oh, yeah, sorry. 1d6.
It's 1d6.
Yeah.
You hit him with a Roman candle.
No, it's good. Do you want to roll the damage? I rolled it, but
I got 6.
Oh, well, that's funny because I was like, you probably wanted to keep mine, but I'll let you roll it, and you rolled the same thing I did. Okay. Being at the distance that it went off, right, it's still a large explosion, and you did 3 damage to them and all the pigs that they were on, all 3 of them. I gotta roll morale on the pigs real quick. Pass. Way fail. and another fail. 2 of the riders were depigged as the boars run
You
off.
hate to see it happen.
Okay, so we heard the explosion.
I got to see if any of them caught fire.
Caught fire.
66% chance. It's one more 6.
Wait, so your explosion does fire damage?
Pretty sure it does.
Does it not? I thought it was. Is it just an exploding corpse? I thought there was like some type of exploding fire, erupted fire. If not, then
I can't say anything about fire, so I assume if it's not said, then it doesn't have it.
I thought it
Oh,
might have
okay.
been like a forced explosion or something.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad.
Oh
when
no,
I hear boom, that's what I think. Fire.
a shower of gore and necromantic energy.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
so yeah, so
All right.
negative energy.
So, like I said, all their attention are fully drawn now on the explosion. Everybody else, you get an attack of opportunity. I'm going to say, since they're flat-footed, that their AC is a 15 in the armor.
Are any of the armored ones near the fire?
The 2 main ones are still right next to the fire.
Okay, so I'm going to use Pyrotechnics on the fire then.
Okay.
And then one of the mounted ones, I'm getting the javelin that I had with the alchemist fire threaded,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to hit him with such a force that he has never felt before.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll also
At least
aim
I'm
for
going
the.
to attempt to.
Yeah, I'll aim for the mounted one as well.
Okay, so
Oh
the
my
one
God.
mounted one that's left from the explosion,
Is
y'all
probably
2 are
dead.
going after because Frank rolled a 20 just now, and
Yes, I did.
did you Frank?
Yeah, I did.
I heard you groaning over there, so I assumed it was critical. But
Oh, man.
first I gotta hear the effects of Jared's spell real quick, because this could even give y'all bonuses to hitting and stuff. So go ahead, Jared. What's the effects of your spell? Pyrotechnics.
So it is it causes the fire to explode and extinguish, but at the same time it creates a 20-foot radius of choking cloud.
Mm-hmm.
All sight is ineffective through the cloud. All within the cloud take -4 penalties of strength and dexterity.
Nice.
Unless they pass a fortitude save. And
Okay.
so that save would be.
Damn, that does a lot more than second edition Pyrotechnics.
Right.
Second edition
So
Pyrotechnics.
it doesn't do any fire damage. It's just like a big smoke show.
Right.
Okay.
With a DC of 18 on that.
All right. That's a fail. With 17 though.
Oh.
And 12, that's a fail. A 2. So I'm going to say it drastically affected anybody that didn't have a helmet on.
Okay, so all of them are going to have -4 to the strength and dex. And that will last for as long as they're in the cloud. And then once they leave the cloud, they still have it for another 1d4 +1 rounds after.
So wait, question: Do
So
I
I hit
also
that
get it?
rider with a nat 20 with my alchemist fire javelin.
Nice. Do me the damage of that
So
thing.
are we doubling total or just adding dice? I forgot.
I'll double total.
Okay. So 7, 14 from just the javelin. But what does alchemist fire do? I think it was like a D4 or 2D4.
No, it's
I think
D6.
it's
D6.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, but it did a D4 every round if failed. I believe.
Like if they
On the round.
Good.
On the round following a direct hit, the target takes an additional 1d6 points of damage.
Oh,
If
okay.
desired, the target can make a full round action to. Okay, yeah. Every
So,
creature within 5 feet of
but
the
I'm
point
gonna
where the
add that
flag
into the
hits takes 1
critical.
point.
So,
Okay.
you said you already
So
did
the
7.
alchemist fire. So the alchemist fire itself does 10 damage, and then
Okay.
the javelin does 14 because I rolled really low.
Jeez.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you definitely stuck him with that one. That's a
Did
dead
I
rider.
just mention?
Yes. I will say that you stuck him so good that
The
it
fire wasn't
stuck.
necessary.
It literally stuck him into one of the other dancers as he flew off the boar. Like it
Oh,
was
whoops.
it was a very it was one of your best spear throws. You're so proud of it.
Yes, this noble.
Right.
Oh, we can't harm civilians,
I
guys. The
already
first person down.
I broke the one rule I set of don't kill the civilians.
Also,
and then I immediately kill the civilian.
hey Lance, I don't know how close everyone was, but Alchemist Fire says every creature within 5 feet of the point where the flask hits takes 1 point of fire damage from the splash. So I don't know if there
Okay.
was a lot of people close to him or something, but
There was
He
one
was
other.
on one of those numbers.
Or there's 2 others close to him, but they weren't actually on
5
the
feet.
boars.
Oh,
So
okay.
no, they got it. They're
Oh,
within
okay.
that distance. So yeah, I'll give them another point of damage.
It's
And they look very confused and rattled. You know, several explosions all around them. They don't know which direction to turn at all. I'm gonna roll morale.
Really quick, because I use Corpse Bomb, do I also get a surprise attack as well, or was that my surprise attack?
You getting a surprise because you have to trigger it to explode, right?
Yeah, well, I cast the spell, yeah.
Oh, but it's already set on it. So when they actually made it blow up, and you set up for the spell, so you do get a
Oh,
surprise
okay.
attack that's going on
Okay,
right
cool.
now. So what would you like to do with that?
I would like to cast, or actually, before I do this, so kind of how's
Uh,
everything looking right
you do notice that the 2 that got affected by the splash
Mhm.
that you're talking about, they both failed their morale, and they're looking like they're about to run.
Okay, so there's the dancers, minus 1 dancer. One of the riders is one of the riders is dead. So how's what's the layout of the whole place right now? I have
Okay,
there were
so
3 people. Yeah.
you have the 2 main ones that were affected by the they're in the smoke. The ones that are on the boar, they were close to the fire with the dancers. You have one or the other 3 that went after the corpse bomb. 2 of them were dethroned or blown off their boars from the corpse bomb, but the one that was still on the boar, Frank hit with a 20. And the 2
Oh,
that are
okay.
off the board just got scared because another explosion just happened from Frank's spear.
Okay.
And right now it's all
so how many
surprises.
fighters were left?
There's 4 fighters left, and 2 of them are
Okay.
being seriously affected by the cloud. So they're
I
going to
will
be drastically
cast
weakened.
the spell Black Sand right in the middle of the 2 that are still by the fire.
All right, cool. I'm gonna give you
Aren't
a
those
little bit of a
civilians?
I'm gonna give you a little bit of
No,
a
there's 2
percentage
fighters left.
chance
2
to
left.
miss them because they're surrounded by the smoke. Right?
Okay.
Would it be hard to
Actually,
see them?
if I can, how far are the two groups from each other? Are they about 10, 20 feet away?
About 20, 25 feet around there.
Okay. Then I'll get it between them.
Okay. All right. So you go
So
between the two groups.
no, sorry, between the two that are still by the fire.
Okay. All right. Well, I was just saying, since Jared Smoke is
Mhm.
around them, I will give it a chance for one of them not to be caught in it.
Okay.
But you can go ahead and cast it. What does it do again?
So it creates an area of black sand infused with shadow stuff and negative energy. It literally swallows light, emitting magical darkness. Creatures that come in contact with the sand take 1d4 points of damage per round from negative energy. No save. Those reduced to 0 hit points crumble into black sand themselves.
Oh,
That's gnarly.
I learned a couple tricks from our last battle where I was like, "Oh hey guys, I'm doing
listen,
this." No, you're
killing
not.
people should be a simple task. Look at that guy. I killed him simply.
And there's a save against it.
There's
Uh,
no agony in
No
what I
save
did to that guy.
if
I
they're
it
killed
touching
him.
it.
looks like no save
I
from
call
what
that
I'm
Okay.
my
reading.
penny.
Well, first of all, the
Wrote it
black
down.
sand's going to affect the boards that they're riding first, right?
Okay.
So I need the damage from that. That would be towards the boars.
Okay, 1d4. 3. Well, do I have to take that percentage first before they take any damage, or
Oh, I what it was. Oh, excuse me. I did roll, because of
oh,
the
okay.
smoke. One of them had moved when the smoke happened, and you
Okay.
went into the general area that they were at, and you did get one of them.
Okay, cool.
But that boar is being affected, and I'm gonna roll because it might freak out and it might throw him. Nope, it rolled like an 18 on morale. So the boar is taking damage, but the rider hasn't taken damage yet. Uh, I will say at that time, the boar goes to storm out and away though, for out of the sand.
Okay. So what about the other person?
He wasn't caught in it, and he's
Oh,
leaving out
okay.
the other side of the fire.
I'm seeing you now. Okay, I'm getting you now.
Okay. Anybody else had any actions this round before we go for initiative?
Yeah, I shot
Is it?
the one that
Oh,
Pierce took out, so my arrow probably just plunked into him, but the javelin totally speared him. So
Okay. You did roll. What did you hit?
18 total on the attack, and then
Okay.
the damage was 8, if that matters.
Oh no,
technically, he
with the
counts as
flat-footed
prone.
confusion, you did hit him. At the same time, you can't tell if Frank's shot killed him or your shot killed him. You know, really. I'm joking, Frank.
Wait,
Frank.
so is
That one still counts as one.
yeah, double kill.
No, but okay, but yeah, you shot the same one that he shot. You still have two alive on the ground that seem greatly frightened. Uh, you see one shooting out of the smoke in the middle, but he's headed north, and you see another one shooting out of the smoke heading south. Uh, roll initiative, everybody.
Alright.
Come on, don't roll crap.
15.
Woo. 16.
Okay.
18.
Oh man,
Yeah,
this
this
is good. I only
That's
get a
funny because
+1.
I got a 17. Anybody had higher than 18?
Hey, wait, did the captain dude go?
Yeah, I just rolled his.
Oh, okay.
He was running in. He didn't get the
Oh,
surprise
okay.
attack because he's just
Okay.
running in with his sword up. He, you know,
I
He's
get
not
you.
obeying my orders. That's it. He's gonna
well,
get
as
a
soon as
demerit.
everything started going off, you know, he didn't have any projectiles, so he's just running in.
So, Jared's first. Jared got 18.
Hey, Jared, what would you like to do, brother?
All right, so I'm going to start this off with Flaming Spear right on top of anything or either of the two armored ones coming out of the smoke.
Okay, I will say that the one coming out of the north, you'd have a more cleaner shot on.
Okay. Well, then he needs to make a reflex save, keeping in mind that his dexterity is reduced.
And
Yeah,
he's in wood.
he drastically failed. Go ahead. Didn't roll a 1, but
Oh,
very close.
Might as well have.
Pittance, that is 7 damage.
See, I hate those rolls, you know? It's like with my crit, I rolled a 2 on that dice.
The one you attack, Jared, you notice that he has, or he looks male because his armor, obviously looks a little bit less feminine, but he also has a more extravagant woodland armor where the limbs are growing off and he looks bigger than the other ones, and you assume that he could be the chief.
That's mine. I call him.
I mean, if it doesn't catch on fire and burn first, because
Let's trip
Dibs.
the other guy.
Okay, and
You're
what
all
was the
picking on
damage
me
again?
like-
Sorry.
7 damage.
Is that not
Nice.
plus your...
That's with
And-
my intelligence bonus. Yeah, it does 2d6.
Does it instantly
plus-
catch things on fire, or do I roll for it?
You would have to roll to see whether or not it catches. Just standard rules and everything for catching things on fire.
Being that it's rolled a 26, and I'm going to say his armor just happened to get extra wet from the rain that was before. He was standing by the fire, and it did dry a little bit, but I guess not enough. So you have a 26% chance of him catching fire. 56. So he didn't catch fire, but it definitely hurt him. It was a
Was
good
he
shot.
on his
He's
own
on the board?
warthog as well?
Yeah, I can roll to see if he could hold on to it because he has a negative to strength.
Because the boar would be taking that damage as well.
Oh, okay.
And then
Go ahead.
all of anything flammable on that. So, like, if it's the saddle and everything is made out of flammable material, that too would be subject to.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and say since it was so much damage to the boar and it had already been damaged, I'm going to say that the boar would definitely go to kick him off. I'm going to see if he can hold on to it. With the strength minus, I'm going to say no. So he was thrown off the boar by being hit by the fire spear and everything, and he does hit the ground.
Is your black sand continuous?
Yeah, it's for 2 minutes.
God!
He had a 78% chance of landing in the black sand. 17, he lands in the black sand. What was it? A D4 damage?
Yes, 1d4 per round.
You want to roll it?
Yeah, sure. There we go. 2.
Every little bit counts.
Hey, man. You know how to eat a whale one bite at a time.
What school is that?
Necromancer.
Damn.
Can you not take necromancy?
I don't think I can. Most of my stuff is, even though, like,
Because we were looking
all
earlier.
my spells come from, like, a varying degree of schools. I think the ones that I can learn later on is restricted to evocation, invocation.
Okay.
Yeah, necromancers.
Like, I'd love to add that one to my repertoire, though,
Right? It'd just be like
because then I'd be adding my intelligence bonus, my war mage edge to that damage.
You could just use it to cut off ground too. You just be like, don't walk there.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so starting of the round for the enemies, I just rolled the morale again on the two guys on foot, right? Um, I rolled a 1 on both of them. I've never rolled double ones in like my entire life. I just rolled double ones on them. Uh, there's too much magic being involved at such a high rate that they actually go into a prone state.
Too much magic. Living
Right? They're
wood.
freaking out and they're not even running. They're actually dropping in fear because they both rolled ones and they already failed their morale before. Uh,
Good. And when they see the
but
hulking giant walk into
but the queen rides around and I'm gonna see which one of y'all she comes for.
the queen, me.
me.
Dude, I got
I
some
present
wood.
myself.
Hey, put that away.
Uh,
Let me battle with my sword.
actually, I was going order to screen. So was Frank was a 1, Josh was a 2, Jared was a 3, uh, Pexor was a 4, and the one guy was going to be a 5. Whoever she was going to go for, and I happened to roll a 2. Josh, what's your AC?
12.
I'm in that boat.
She has attack plus. She hit with that. It's one of her javelins. She does 7 points of damage, and you have to make a saving throw versus a sleep poison.
Be fortitude.
Oh, they're cheaters.
Yeah.
That's a
Good
6.
to know.
Actually,
Okay,
that's a natural 1. So yeah, natural 1, total of 6.
Natural 1. Uh,
Yep.
when the spear hits you, it's real gasp, and you kind of just reach, and you're like, you pull from the wound. You think you're gonna get blood, but all this black stuff is on your hand, and you just pass out.
So, do I see this?
Yes.
Okay.
And the chieftain spends his round getting out of the sand. And now 16. Whoever 16 goes.
Woo! All right. So,
Sorry, Jack.
tall is
You're gonna roll a 1 on that thing.
Yeah.
She must have had a lot of
tall is
poison
the
on that javelin, man. She's got the most poisonous javelins of all of them. Rolled a 1, dang.
So how tall is that boar? Is it like the size of a horse?
A little bit taller, or I would say it'd be the size of a tall horse, like a Clydesdale or something. It's that high up. They're big enough that you could ride one.
Could I jump over it with a running start?
You can do anything if you put your mind to it.
I've proven that by
Just
killing
give me that jump check.
Yeah, if it's within the
Well,
die, you can.
I'm not wearing full plate anymore, so I can actually jump now.
I know you're not bounded. Let's see it.
Right. So yeah, seeing Othello just get hit by a spear and then just drop like a sack of potatoes.
Yep.
Very fragile sack of potatoes.
Oh god, poor Othello.
AC
Never
12,
catches
yeah.
anything.
I'm full blown sprinting, sword out. I don't have my shield on me, or it's on my back, but it's not. I don't have it ready. But I'm basically going to jump. I'm trying to spear her and clear the pig. So just spear her off the horse and tackle her to the ground.
Nice. Being that you're coming from her flank side, I'm going to give you a +2 to hit.
Sweet. Do I need to
And
roll a
she doesn't
jump
see
check?
you coming. Yes, you have to roll
Will
a
I need
jump check
to?
for me. Because it is a pretty good clear jumping over that boar.
So I got a 19 total on jump.
All right, Michael Jordan.
Right, it was because I'm so strong.
Now dunk that chick.
And then yeah.
Dunk her in the
So
sand.
with this hit, is this going to be a grapple?
I guess it
Because
would be
when
just
I'm
a roll to hit, wouldn't it? I mean, a grapple would be for her to bust loose from you. This is more of a tackle, right?
okay. That's
I'll
fine.
just I'll
Yeah.
just roll to hit because your velocity
Because
and
I'm
weight would,
trying. Yeah.
because she's weakened right now anyway uh from being in the
Oh,
mist.
the smoke.
Yeah.
13 plus the 2 is 15. Plus God. AC 26.
Oh yeah, you definitely hit her.
Well, don't you
And
hit?
I spear her, and I'm trying to land, like as I'm landing, just in the ground is where she's going.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your strength check or strength as damage, and I'm gonna give you an additional D2 from the spikes on your armor, and also I'll give you another D2 just for regular damage from tackling her.
Okay.
So strength plus a
So
D2 plus an additional D2. So you can just strength to
yeah,
D4.
8 damage.
Okay.
And then my hope is once I'm landed, I can pin her with
But
my pin her with my weight. Because
okay.
she'd be on her stomach
Well,
right now,
roll
right?
a grapple against her for that. Then see if you could have
Oh,
her
okay.
pinned. I'll let
The
it count as
grapple's
a
a plus
simultaneous.
13.
Oh man, she just rolled a nat 20, bro. I mean, she may be weakened, but she is pissed.
So does defender win?
Uh,
How do you
I'm gonna
do?
I'm gonna
How do
say
you
with a
do?
I'm gonna say with a nat 20, you went to pin her, right? But she's not pinned. Like you went to pin her and her stuff slipped free.
Right.
Like
Well, because I'm saying I also got a nat 20, so I don't
you
know if
did.
defender wins. Yeah.
Oh wow. No, let's give another roll.
Okay. What,
Double
like a
roll.
strength off or just a pure dice roll?
Wait, so you had a night, but you were attempting to grapple. God, I mean,
So
usually,
my thinking was I
So your
speared
your
her.
grapple total would have been 32 or 33.
Yeah, my grapple total would have been 33 because being
okay,
my
okay, yeah. So your grapple did exceed her, right? But
right,
she did a critical evade, right?
right,
And
right,
she did max roll, right? And I mean, don't get me wrong. Normally, I would just go with the higher number, but this is way too
right.
sexy for me to leave it, to that.
You're
So
rolling.
I I have to have
Right,
another roll
because
off. Because I mean, what's so
right,
I'm not joking. If she wouldn't have rolled that, I would have let you critically augment her with that grapple. I mean, you'd have snapped
right,
something,
because
and I mean,
my,
she
my
just
thinking of a
she must be
grapple
one
would be
badass wrestler. I mean, you have never
mud
gotten a
wrestling.
pin
Let's
on someone
go.
so fast and them get out of it so fast. She rolled a 16. What did you get?
15.
Oh,
We're
but
just doing
yours
pure
yours no
dice.
yours exceeds hers because of your bonus.
Okay.
So I will say that you managed to get her pin in it, but y'all did look like a couple of flip-flopping pancakes
God, you got to
before that
imagine
happened.
that coming off the top of that and everything, just about to get her pinned. She rides out of it, and you go back and everything with
No, what was
another
crazy? He
hit and
tackles her
everything.
into the earth, and he goes to pin her, and she flips him around and goes to get on top of him, and then he takes his strength and flips her back around and pins her. I mean, really nasty.
Because
I
my
love
whole
it.
idea of pinning, like in this scenario, is I weigh 500 pounds. So
Dude, if she didn't roll a
I'm
natural 20, I wouldn't have made that magic happen. But
right.
somehow,
So that was my idea
wow,
of pinning.
Momentum. It's all momentum.
Yeah, she
and
used my own 500
that was
pounds
beautiful.
again.
That was some slow mo action. We're gonna play that one back in slow mo.
So is she on bottom?
Oh yes.
Are you
Okay.
you're topping her?
Yeah.
I
Daddy
saw that
mode.
coming a mile away.
Cue the Barry White.
Right. So my pin is basically I'm gonna have my forearm on her back, and so I'm just leaning in with all my weight while my right hand next round and everything, but I'll be going with my sword.
Okay. Anybody go on 15?
I think that was me.
Frank's saying attacks he's doing next round already. He's so excited.
I think I had a 15.
I get to
All right.
fight. I get to fight a boss, a leader. This is important for my dude. I get to
Okay.
put that mark on my list.
So how
On my
far am I
list.
from? I assume so. There's the queen that is being wrestled, and the king that didn't he just come out of the black sand?
Yes. He's
Okay.
crawling out of it right now.
Crawling out of it right now. Okay. And then the two other guys that are just straight up prone, right?
Yeah, they're not even moving. They're definitely
Okay.
afraid.
How far is the king and the queen separate?
Pretty far. She's on
Pretty far?
she's on the other side of the fire coming up. Well, actually, he's coming out the north side, and she's on the west side, and just got through attacking Josh. But then Frank ran across the field and tackled her.
Okay, so then.
So don't cast magic in me.
Well, that's what I was making sure of, So okay,
I see
Pexor
black
suddenly-
sand.
Pexor suddenly just throws his hands up and goes, "I've had enough." And he casts the Grim Reaper Scythe.
Mhm.
So it's a 20-foot cone-shaped burst, and I'm aiming directly, like the central axis is directly in line with the king.
Okay.
It is a touch attack versus each opponent to see if they were hit.
Okay.
So I got a touch attack for him. 18.
Actually, his AC was a 20, but the fact that you're catching his flank and he's not paying attention to you, I'm gonna give you a +2, so you hit dead on.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he has negative.
So this is a second level, so 2d6. Yeah, 1d6 per level. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Give me that damage.
That is a 6 and a 5.
So does like a Grim Reaper temporarily appear and like swing its scythe and that's
So
the
it
spell?
says, as you complete the spell, a giant scythe with a bloody blade appears and strikes all within the radius. So essentially, it's like a giant
nice.
blade comes down and swings.
Oh, beautiful. What was the damage one more time?
11 altogether.
Man, I was wrapped up in that. That's cool. Good spell.
Weak damage.
Weak damage. God. Yeah, that's what. As Paxor's trying to, or as he's casting this, he's mumbling under his breath, "Motherfucker! Oh, I'm so great! I can do so much damage! Oh, I can jump real tall! Ooh, Clydesdale!
Like some elven damage.
After that attack, you see the captain run over to the two that are prone on the ground, and he stabs them in the back, both of them. He just starts killing them.
All right, so only 2 left, pretty much.
Yes.
Cool.
That's true.
And who went off on 19 again? Was it Frank? Or was it 18?
What?
Somebody went off on. It was your
Are we
go,
back to the
right?
top?
Back to the top. I think you're at first,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's Jared, then your people, Lance, then
Yeah.
me.
Is the king still on the
And
ground?
I'm so sorry, Josh. That was such a rough shot,
yeah,
man. I didn't know.
he's
I didn't know you were gonna roll a
out.
one.
I avenged you. I am avenging you.
The king is he's trying he's getting up sand and he was getting back on his feet, and I'm gonna say that spell hit him. It sliced him, but it didn't knock him down, and he's returning to his feet right now. Your go.
Okay. All right. So now the sphere rolls back over top of him.
Nice.
He gets a reflex save against that.
-4, right? Because of his death.
Yeah.
He just rolled a nat 20 on it though.
Holy
Wow.
crap.
He dug into the sand.
Right, yeah.
He was like, I'd rather take this damage.
I'd rather take the D4 than the 2d6.
I'm gonna. So did it totally miss him? He was out of.
So
He was leaving the
he
sand.
dodges to the side.
So it's so
Um,
awesome. He's crawling out of sand. He's getting on his feet, and you see the spell go, and he rolls and goes to dodge it. It barely misses him. There's no like half damage or nothing for that.
I don't think so. Let me double check on that.
He's not a rogue, is he?
I'll give him a few levels in it.
Yeah.
As a matter of
Just
fact,
I know rogues are stupid.
like
He can be
new
like
chick.
full rogue, and it's like, do I pass my reflex save? Then I take no damage.
Yeah, a reflex negates the damage.
Wow, awesome.
But if there's
You're
anyone else in the way, they also will.
Normal people.
Yeah, normal people.
Well, let's roll. Let's see what happens. 70% chance.
Oh God.
51. You did hit. Let me see how many.
The village elder.
Oh wow, you hit 4 dancers with that. I guess.
Oh my!
I don't know how. They must have been running out together, and it missed them, but it hit them. What was the damage on it again?
So would have been 10.
10. Okay, yeah, you definitely got them. Okay.
Stop killing civilians! It's just AOE damage.
Well,
All
is that
right.
And
what does the
That-
Marines say? Kill them all, let God sort them out. You know, that's kind of the same thing.
Right. So then I'm going to use Scorching Ray on the king, being that he's dodging my spear.
It's a touch attack, right?
It is a touch attack.
And he's laying on the ground.
So that'd be touch 12.
he is an AC of 20.
Okay, that's his full AC. You
Oh
don't
yeah,
count
with the minus from the dex, I will give him a 16.
But without armor? Because all Jared has to do is
it's
touch
touching
him.
him. It's not even like your
Oh
armor.
yeah, okay. Oh yeah, there's no armor touch. Oh okay. I'll give it a hit with his minuses. That's good. Okay,
Okay.
I got you. I forgot touch. You got it, brother.
Oh my god! This guy just shot him with a Star Wars laser. His phaser wasn't set to stun.
What was
All
the
right, so
damage
that's,
on that?
21 fire damage from Scorching Ray.
Dang.
God.
Holy shit!
He's going to dodge my flaming sphere, then I'm just going to hit him with damage.
That was an awesome hit. I'm glad I gave him as much health as I did. Whew. Go ahead. I'm going to roll morale on that one. That's a 19. Not bad.
Stop
Okay.
dodging, you coward.
Face me like a man. I don't know what that is.
Okay, Frank, you're on top of her, right?
Yeah.
My God, this got
Okay.
steamy.
She can't even hardly move, right? But you see her jaw kind of move and something
Oh,
pop.
did I break the armor?
Did you break her arm? Was you trying
Or her
to?
armor? Sorry. No. I wasn't trying. I thought she was in like full mask type everything.
Oh yeah, but there's an opening in front of their mask where they can breathe and stuff. What is you hear this crack in her jaw, right? Like there's something in her mouth, and she blows out this mist right in your face. Saving throw versus poison.
Oh, it's a fortitude?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'll take that any day.
Better than your reflex. Yeah.
So I held my breath or I blew it back in her face.
Okay.
Rolled a bad on that one.
You notice as she does that, she passes out. On you, Jared, since you just now touch attack that guy and he's drastically dying and hurting real bad, he's going to go for a final attack against you. What's your AC?
Me?
So can I not move
Oh no,
in this?
she passed out, but that was her
Oh
attack.
yeah. My bad.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot.
No.
Yeah.
And Jared, since you're right there within touch, he's going to go ahead and swing at you, even though he's on fire. Right?
So I don't have to go up to someone to touch them with Scorching Ray. Scorching Ray is just a touch attack.
Oh, okay.
Do it from range.
All right.
It's my range on that's over 100 foot.
Okay. Well, how close are you to the? Are you within the encampment?
I would have been able, yeah, like he can come over to attack
Well,
me.
okay. Well, what it is I'll just roll between y'all three then. Between you, the guy, Frank.
I don't think he's gonna.
So Frank's a 1. Jared, you're a 2. Pexor, Michael, you're a 3, and the other guy's a 4.
I challenge him.
He's going for. Well, he is going for a 2. I guess he's going to go. Since you're at distance, he's going to grab a random spear if he can find one on the ground. Let me see. Oh, 82% chance. I ain't bad chance.
He pulls it out of his
60%.
body.
He grabs a spear off the ground and he sure enough throws it at you. What's your AC, Jared?
AC's 20.
Oh, that's a miss.
My AC's 20. No, wait, no.
Not now.
No, not now. It's 18 right now.
That's a miss with his negatives. Go ahead and who goes on 16?
Me.
Okay, you see her kind of like her head lays back. You don't know that she's passed out. She just looks like she's exhausted and she's almost given up. I mean, you can't tell that she's out. It's up to you, Frank, what you want to do to her. You know, she just spat something in your face or tried to.
Right. So, there's no resistance? No fight back?
Is she floppy?
Well, no, you still have her in your hands. And like I'm saying, is like that just happened. She just spit that stuff out. So you don't see her passing out or nothing. So it's up to you if you want to. It's whatever you want. You gonna break her neck?
Yeah, she spit, it break neck.
All right. Just roll a strength check for me.
Oh. So 14.
That's good enough to break her neck. She's prone. So
Cool.
you snap her neck.
Can I get up? So I just drop her, stand up. I look for the next combatant.
Okay. You do see the king, but you don't have an action left for this round.
Right.
That was 16, and then we got 15, which Pixor, you'd be up.
I mean, how bad does he look? Does he look pretty much like last leg? Or the king, sorry. Does the king look like he's pretty much on his last leg?
Yes. Did the smoke start clearing, Jared? How many
So
rounds did that smoke last?
4 rounds,
Okay.
and then once someone leaves the cloud, it still affects them for 1d4 plus 1 rounds.
Okay, so the smoke's dissipating this round, is what you're saying?
We haven't even been 4 rounds yet.
Has it? I didn't know. Because I
I think this will
thought
be what, like the third round
third round.
that it's
Okay, so it'll be going
2.
next round. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Pexor. You got the king left standing there. You can tell he's gravely wounded, and he just took a horrible spear throw towards Nameless that totally missed. He looks messed up real bad.
Okay, I'll just use a Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Uh,
Does he save versus that? What's the
well, it's
DC?
a range spell attack,
Okay.
and I actually got a natural 20. So what a way to end it, y'all.
He goes ahead and he goes total Sub-Zero on him. It fully freezes him completely.
Rays are subject to critical damage. Just so you know.
Okay. What I say is you did enough to fully freeze him all the way to the core, so he's a total statue, fully dead from the spell. I don't know if y'all want to bust him into pieces. It's whatever's up to you.
I walk up to him and I say, "Let's blow this popsicle stand," and I kick him right in the chest.
Do you even have
Uh,
the strength?
I did
As,
say I succeeded.
As you walk up, you kick him, and he busts everywhere. You know, he just shatters and falls to pieces. You'll start to feel kind of happy for a second, and you see the other dancers running out of the fire towards the hut, and you see the captain running over to them and gutting each one of them that's running out of the fire or running out of the smoke.
Well, guys, I think a job well done.
I go up to stop the captain.
No.
Okay.
Watch.
No, they are not fighting. They never wielded a weapon.
Whenever you go up there and he goes in and he starts slicing them down and everything, and you see a small child sitting at the edge of the hut, and you notice that he starts running towards the kid, and you grab his hand and you grab the weapon, right? I'm gonna go ahead and let you roll a surprise hit to grab him, and AC flat-footed, so I'm gonna give him like a 10 with his armor.
Well, I rolled a natural 16.
Okay. You manage to grab his arm and you stop it and stuff. And the second he does, he turns around, he goes, "My orders are to kill all of them."
You do not kill defenseless women and children. As I start bending his arm back a little bit.
He's like, "As you
They
can
do-
tell, the women are not defenseless." He goes, "These will grow into new ones. They'll farm new boars. This happened last time. They die now." And he's trying to pull his arm from you.
What are these?
Yeah, do they just look like savage humans? Or
Yeah,
savage
well,
aliens?
there's savage humans, but what it was is, or I mean, at length, if I got to talk to somebody about it, what it was is, one of them have the ability to give the others this awesome bark armor, right? And uh, when a queen amongst them is selected, she knows how to armor them up and to build them up, right? And after they did try to kill him before, but then they go on and they travel off and they rebreed and they rebuild up and they start raising the boars again. And that's the thing, is they're just trying to claim their own territory. They're not really like, they don't speak common. They're pretty much like wild people that ride boars and
So
also
can I,
have.
with the bracelet, can I understand them?
Oh yeah. I would say yes, you can understand them. But so whenever you did come up, you were hearing them saying songs about oh, sadness, all the death, but we are victorious with what's left, and all that stuff.
Good rhyme.
Right. You will not kill women and children that are defenseless. These are civilians. These are non-combatants.
He's
They
like,
will
fine
live.
then. He's like, you just go then. I'll do my job, and y'all get no pay.
I bend his. So I have his wrist.
Yeah.
I start to bend it back and everything, and so that way he doesn't. So that way he loses grip on his sword.
Okay. Roll a strength versus him.
8,
So while that's going on, I'm gonna find a poison javelin.
18 total.
Okay. All right. He owes 16. You start bending his arm back, and he lets go of the sword. And he starts yelling at you. He's like, "You're an idiot. You're ruining everything. This is what we worked for. How are you gonna blow this chance?"
So once I find a poison javelin, I'm gonna stab the guy with a poison javelin.
All right.
He lives. I'll stab him again.
No, actually, he rolled a 2. I'd say he starts screaming and stuff, and you notice he gets real tired, and he passes out.
Thank you, Nameless.
Welcome. You've
To-
been annoying.
So
I'm gonna go check on Othello now. See if I can get him back.
Yeah, actually, so like, in regards to Othello, would like an antitoxin work if I like got him to drink it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Actually, while that's all going on, I walked over and gave him one. I had 2 in my pack.
Okay. Is there any role for that, or is it just going to get rid of the toxins in him?
I don't think.
it might let him roll again.
So it gives him a +5 bonus.
Okay, yeah. So
Oh,
he'll
okay.
roll again with a +5.
That'd be a 19 total.
Hell yeah.
All right. Okay. I would say you take the poison out of him, and you wake up, Othello.
And right as you
Oh,
open your eyes and say, "Welcome back to the land of the living."
I'm just like, yeah, I was just like, did we get him? And I'm like, just kind of reaching around, like you can tell my eyes are like foggy, and I'm just like reaching for my bow. I'm like, did we get him? Did we get him?
Yeah.
There-
How many of them should we have gotten?
I'm gonna go up to the hut, where the survivors are. Everything. I would tell, like, grab your
Oh.
stuff, leave. You hide and live in the forest, and by my grace, you do not harm others again.
When you go in the hut, the huts, and you tell them that, you notice that there's a lot of children in there. There's a lot of women. You probably saved about 35 of them.
Would they
But they
would
were
they
all
actually
hiding in
know
the
what he
huts.
was saying?
Right.
Oh, well,
Gather your stuff
he speaks
and
their
leave.
language with a.
Oh,
can
okay.
talk
I
to-
didn't know.
Yeah,
I
he can
thought it was
speak their
just
language.
incoming stuff. Okay.
Oh, I thought he could, but he can actually talk back to people in their language too, or he wouldn't be able to speak common to y'all, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I just can't read or write anyone else's language.
Okay. Okay.
That's what your schooling is for.
Right?
Is 2
So-
out of 3.
So I let them know that take their stuff and move on into the forest and do not harm civilizations again. If you do that, you can live in peace within the forest and still go about your ways.
you're actually the first people that's been able to speak to them outside of their own tribe, right?
Mhm.
And they say, "Thank you so much, graceful giant, for not killing us. We shall remember this, and we shall leave civilization alone."
So be it. And I'll turn and walk out, and I'll grab the captain, and I'll just drag him behind me.
All right, guys, let's.
Othello,
Oh, go ahead.
Othello, what did they need as proof for their job completed?
Did they tell us that? I don't know if they ever did. I think it was just to make the attack, right? When they wanted us to join them on the march.
They're wiping the riders. That's
So, would the queen's body suffice?
I would think so. I mean,
Good. She's dead over there. Pexor,
Yo, yo, yo.
keep her in a usable condition, please.
Define usable. I can use a little. Like, it doesn't take. I don't need a lot.
we need her not defiled
Y-
until after we've proven we've taken care of
My
this.
God. Defiled. The words you pick for my art is so crass.
Blew
Yeah.
up Terry into little chunks.
That's pretty defiling.
Wait, say that. Wait, what did you say?
You blew up Terry into
Look,
chunks.
look.
You popped
One.
a boner when you walked onto the battlefield.
All right, look. I find it weird you guys didn't. Okay, so that's something totally separate. Look,
Okay,
Terry.
let's bring this-
Oh my
And
lord.
Terry knew what he was getting into. Okay, look, I'm not. He's dead. What's he gonna use his body for?
I'm
Huh?
asking-
Defiled.
All I'm asking
Defiled.
from you is
You're
your
right, I
knowledge
va-
of embalming.
You vaporize one guy and suddenly, ooh, you're the bad guy, Pexor.
We're just gonna keep her from rotting until we take her to the castle. I don't even know where we're supposed to go.
He
But
does.
you know what it sounds like? You know what it sounds like, guys? You guys could really use somebody who could keep a dead body preserved. Interesting. Wonder if there's anyone around here that could do that.
That's exactly what I asked you to do, my friend. Nothing
Defiled.
more, nothing less.
Defiled. My God.
Gentle repose.
Continuously. The king. His body. What happened to him? How'd he die?
He's
Oh.
turned into an ice.
Yeah, I shattered him like the T-1000 or whatever it is from Terminator. Or T-9000.
So, is his head intact? More so the helmet he had?
34% chance. Oh wow, 14. Yeah. It's just
Cool.
frozen.
I pick it up, mine.
God. And the necromancer runs past you and grabs it.
Don't ask what I'm doing with all the heads. Just for your
Fine.
sake and mine.
Listen, I was just looking at the helmet.
I'm not defiling them.
Listen, they're dead. We need that one for payment, okay?
So
Will
then
you
why all the hassle with Terry? They're dead. They're dead. Shut up.
What do you know? I just looking at the helmet to see if it fit my head. You did kill him, so his spoils are yours.
Big old head. I don't know if many helmets in this world would fit your head.
That's true.
So anyways, I need to go back to the battlefield of dead and grab enough metal armor that we can melt down and turn into armor for the giant friend here.
Also, Frank, you remembered when you were checking the huts and you were telling them to leave. One of them did have a type of wand up on a stand, and it was like surrounded by all this fancy stuff. But it looked
Are they
like a
still-
wooden magical type wand, and it was setting up on a stand, and it was surrounded with antlers and bones and feathers.
Go back into the hut.
Mhm.
Is there anybody else still in there?
No, huh?
Oh, is the wand still there?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Okay, I take it.
Okay.
So, is it a wand or is it like a staff or is it?
It looks like a wand, but it's just made of wood. That's what it looks like. Anyway, looks like a worshipped item setting up on a
It's like a
altar.
totem wand type of thing.
As far as you've seen, like heard of wizards using wands and stuff, it looks like something that would be like that.
All right.
Cool. The only person that might be able to use it's the Necromancer.
So I walk out with it, put it up
All right.
in the javelin bag.
And y'all said you're returning to the battlefield.
At
I'm
least
getting
I,
one. I'm
like I
getting one
said,
last
I
huff before I go home.
don't.
Yeah. So I'm dragging the captain. Well, all right, fine. I'll put him over my shoulder.
Don't want to.
Yeah, I'm going back for one last huff of home. You know.
Dragon damage.
You're like, I'm just gonna sit around all these corpses for a little bit.
Yep. Just. I do
Yeah,
in my.
I'll
Sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna say I do in my best dwarf impersonation. It reminds me of home.
It's probably like a nature thing. So.
Oh.
Yeah, as we're walking back, I'll scan the area, especially the skies, because I imagine all those explosions and stuff might have brought something over. So as we're walking by, I'll just keep an eye out for anything I can see in what limited light I have.
Wow, I rolled a 75% chance that it gained notice of something in the area, which could be your friend. But I literally rolled a 76, so yeah, all the explosions didn't gain any attention.
All right. Stop giving him ideas.
Did anyone take damage in that fight?
I did.
They did. Oh.
Josh is like,
Oh, I very much
oh
did.
no, just little me over here. No one took any damage. It's Othello, thanks.
Yeah.
That went almost flawlessly.
At least I didn't die.
Except for
Well,
all
you know,
the million people that were dead.
so I guess it's already been 3 hours and 7 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this session right here because even though I'm sure people love watching this, a 3 hour session's a 3 hour session. But God, it was so good and we still had so much left to do. But it makes me really excited for next episode. Y'all did great though. That was an amazing attack, well planned. I didn't think it was going to go as smooth as that, but y'all set everything up and they fell over like dominoes. The rolls happen the way they do, and sometimes they're bad and sometimes they're good, but that wound up being great. So good job, everybody. That was awesome. Hopefully y'all had a good time. You're like, why do we stop now? Keep going. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it right here, guys, and pick right back up. Y'all returning to the battlefield and getting some pieces of armor to help Frank
Cool.
make some stuff. But good job and good fight. But we're gonna close it off, and y'all have a good night.
Peace.
Later.